So I can see everything. I can see it all. I know when you swear. Yeah, man, I got my walking pad. I watched some anime. I'm watching Wand Sword Wistoria. I don't know the name of the anime. It's alright. So far. I cannot wait, dude. April 3rd, that time I got reincarnated as a slime, is getting its new season, and it's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be like 60 episodes, they said. I am fucking stoked for Tensei Slime. I am. I can't wait. Chat, we're at 404 not found subs. Dub. Then I have a big W. Well, make sure you put a censor on it. What? Anyway, what's your big dub, Mortal? That's what I want to hear. Let me hear the dub. Here, you get live reaction to dub. Is that what you wanted? What's the dub? Tell me the dub. My dub is gonna be me putting a fucking hat on. I weighed in at the doctor today. I'm down to 213 pounds. I've lost 42 pounds since October. Damn. Actually, that's a fucking huge dub. It's a huge L too, right? A huge loss? W. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Actual dub. See, there you go. Huge L, major dub. Exactly. Aren't you glad I peer pressured you into doing? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm taking all the credit. No, I'm kidding, Mortal. That's you were doing all the work. I fucking. Peer pressure. Chat, I should put a hat on. I was sweating on the. I'll look at my shiny hair. Fuck, dude, that's shiny. I was sweating when I was on my walk. I was doing intermittent, so I was going like 6 on like 5 on that thing. Whatever the fucking max was that I was doing. I was just like, and then I slowed it down to like a 2. So it was just a brisk walk, and then I was like, not running. I was walking the whole time. My shins are, I'm probably gonna get shin splints. It's gonna be awful. I hate shins. Shin splints are the worst. I'm dead serious. If I had to feel shin splint pain versus my back pain last year, I'll take the back pain. Shin splints are awful, but I'm probably gonna get those bad boys because I was hauling ass. Yeah. Chat, shall we Minecraft? YouTube, are you there? Are you good? Yeah, it's good. All right, I'm checking. W Azaruth. All I do is gain weight. It's tough. I'm not gonna lie. It's tough. And let me click back on the screen. Is it good? Oh, I gotta change the game capture to Minecraft. Sorry, guys. There it is. Is it getting it now? Is it capturing it? Yeah, there it is. All right. Wait a second. Why is my multi-chat not including YouTube? What? Where's my YouTube chat on here? It just disappeared, Azar. What the fuck? Where's my streamer bot? Streamer bot! What do you mean? Oh! Hold on, I gotta sign in with Google. Give me a second. Is that right? Login successful? What? That's not it. Chat, what? Hold on. What? Oh, never mind. I'm actually stupid as shit. I signed in with the wrong one. I signed in with my Reillyan business account. StreamerBot already has some access. That's okay. Add the access. Done. All right, that's better. Now all chat is there. Sorry, I did. It must have done the thing. Chat, your Crunchyroll got compromised. Reset your password too. I don't think I've ever had shin splints. It is fucking grueling. So it's the muscles around your shins, and you get it not from running usually, but from walking, like fast and hard. So what it feels like is just constant aching and burning of those muscles, and it feels like your shins are broken. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it just fucking hurts. It hurts. But what you do to, like, not deal with that is you have to stretch them out. So you have to sit with your toes pointed, like you have to sit on your shins, and then put your feet to your ass and just sit like that in a hot bath. Oh, it sucks though. Every movement you make is just painful with shin splints. All right, chat. I'm just gonna cover that up. That's not gonna matter. Let's think. Oh, let me get the picture open. Hold on, I forgot. Let me get my files. Give me a second. Was it stream? No, it was pictures. I was screenshots. There we go. Here we go. Perfect. That's the one. This is the. I have a list, chat. I know you can't see it right now, but I've got one. It's a list of the stuff. You know, the stuff. It's almost like bone pain, but it's not. Yeah, it's terrible. Dude, Roxy, what a W little frog. That's actually so cute. Okay. So let me think of what I gotta do. I kind of want to go to the end. I might only do this for a few hours because I really want to play Going Medieval. I might stream Go. I don't know. I started in a new town. Let's go down. So let me go see if my crops are growing again. If not, I'm gonna have to replant those. And we're getting a cow crusher going so I can get an enchanter. Forgot about these guys. I can make one of those little saddles for them. I'm pretty sure that's an advancement, right? Is like riding them. They aren't fast, so it's not going to be something I prioritize, by the way. I might pass back out. You're good, Roxy, if it's morning time. What's tomorrow like? Let me know what tomorrow is. Is it good? Is it at least nice? Hold on. I'm going to fix my hair, chat. It's like stuck in my headphones. There we go. It was like stuck. I didn't like it. All right. Let me see if this is working. We got good volume, chat. Can you hear? Hey, can somebody follow? If you're new here, follow real fast. I'm gonna farm you, but my follower alert should work. I reset the alert, like I redid the audio for it. Still no new follower. Never mind. I know what the problem was, chat. Hold on. Look at this. You can't see it right now. Can you see it right now? Give me a second. No, you can't see it right now. That's okay. I know what the issue was. So I had the sound, but the issue I ran into was that it was supposed to play last and it didn't after because I had a delay on. And now it works. Now it works. So we're good. Everything's fine. Yeah, chat, none of this is oh wait, now it's growing? Yeah, it must have been server lag or something. This must have been what was messing up. What's up, y'all? Do I got any wheat? No? That's my cow crusher, chat. How's this looking? Is this still going around? Yep, perfect. Cool. Hell yeah. Everything just works. So that, we'll come back for that, you know? How do I convince you to play the horsey game for funsies? What's the horsey game? What's that? Is that point and click game? The one where you race and gamble? Are you talking about the anime girl horsey game? What are you... Is it a Twitch integration game or something? What are you talking about? Can they get stuck in a boat? It's literally called Horsey Game. I think I saw that game on Steam. Look it up. I'm gonna look it up. It better not be porn. Horsey Game.
Get ready for the rootinest, the tootinest, the open worldinest horse racing game around.
What the fuck is this?
Just have a gander at the lineup. Place your life.
What? The fuck is that? Why would I play that game? What is that? Maybe. Maybe during a streamathon. That seems like a game where I could fuck around with. But like, what? It's almost like, I don't know, it's like point and click quap. Don't hate whimsy? I don't hate whimsy. I don't know if that game's even gonna be fun. Like, it's got overwhelmingly positive reviews, but like, as far as a viewer goes, who's gonna watch that? Is it doing numbers on Steam or something? Am I missing hype? Like, what the fuck do I do with that game? You genetically modify your horses. It's completely flat 2D, by the way. It looks like somebody did it in Microsoft Paint. And also breed them. I see. I thought, wait a minute. Oh, I think you mentioned this before. I thought you were talking about that, like, that new horse game that's out where, like, you do kind of the same thing, but without the genetic modification. Or whatever. And you do it in, like, the steppes. You're like Mongolia or something. I see. I see. Yeah, maybe we'll play that during a streamathon. It looks so ridiculous. Yeah, it straight up looks like it's made in Microsoft Paint. Oh, you know what? No. Shit, I know what I'm gonna do with this. I'm gonna leave the wheat over here. I'm just gonna go put it in this chest. Here we go. There. I'm gonna leave that there. Also, where did this kelp come from? Where did I get an extra kelp? What the fuck? I just got thrown out of my own boat. Alright, trying to think. I need ender pearls, chat. I might have to go to the nether. I need ender pearls and then I can go to the end and fight the ender. Well, I need a bow and some arrows. Let's come over here. Let's is right. I've been watching Will play it. Well, yeah, Will can get away with playing it. He's got thousands of viewers. Yeah, maybe we'll play it during a streamathon, though. That does look like something we could fuck around with. And I could name chat the horses. If you can name horses. Let's see. I have 7. I want minimum 16, right? So, because I feel like 4 are gonna break when I go search for the stronghold, yeah? So let me think. I'm gonna make an iron sword. That's what I think. Iron sword. Alright. Let's go to the nether. Give me the... Where's the... This? I need this for the strider, chat. So he doesn't run away. You can lead him and stick him somewhere. When you bet all your money and go broke, you have to pick up poop to make money? I'm not doing that. Not... Maybe once. I'm not gonna go broke, though. See, for me, chat, gambling is an investment. I'm gonna win. Alright, so where did I park my guy? Do I got... Oh, here we go. I was gonna say, do I got armor on? No. Yo, guy, where did you get parked? I've got to make sure that I build like a nice little platform. I think I left him down here, right? Oh, hot! Speaking of. Yo, what up, Big Daddy? Hi. Give me a second. I don't know why. That dude is loud as shit. I almost lost his pearl. Okay, let's go. Man, I'm glad this nether's not so bad, chat. This one, I mean, it did suck that I had to build a small bridge, but it's just a small bridge at the end of the day. It's nothing huge. Yo, what up, Big Daddy? What you doing, huh? Oh, I forgot your thing. Shit. Well. Fuck, I forgot his thing, chat. And I don't suppose I could just peek that far. No, I can't. All right, chat. I gotta go back home. Ah, here we go. Yo, why is that guy in the? See him down there? He's just in the ground. I also forgot food. Man, maybe it's a good thing I'm going back. What the hell am I doing, chat? Sammy and I are making a giant farm, but we have to terraform so much. Get you some enchanted shovels. Efficiency 5. Efficiency 5 pick. That's all it takes. On a bedrock equivalent? What's I don't know. Is that just like an upgraded bedrock version? Alright, let's grab this and let's grab this. There we go. I think this is all on. You know what? I'll take some dirt. Where's some dirt? There. I'll take some dirt. Let me put this in here. And the kelp. And this. I have for the bees. Yeah, I'll do that too. But remember, adds new bosses and mobs, and also new dungeons and structures. Oh yeah, that sounds awesome. Do you know what the name of the structures are? Is it like Young's stuff? If you can get a hold of like Young's structures, those are really good. I need to play regular Minecraft again. So much has changed. Do it. What? Get in that shit. It's Minecraft. Minecraft is one of the best games ever made. I love Minecraft. I love it so much I got a Minecraft VTuber guy that I made my own character in the game. Well, it's my skin. Apparently the Lich used to be in it, but they removed it. Oh, which one? Which Lich? The one from the graveyard or the one from Bosses of Mass Destruction? The graveyard one's the no escape. The graveyard one's the one that y'all summoned to kick my ass with. Can you get up this? You cannot, in fact, get up this. Okay, hold on. I got you, big dog. Alright, let's go. I don't know the difference. So, Bosses of Mass Destruction Lich flies around with a crown and a staff. The one that you're used to, that I used to fight, that one's from Graveyard. That's got, like, the evil ghouls and shit. Not that one. So the one that there is no escape. That guy. Maybe it's new. I don't know. I'll look up the mod. It's an add-on, right? Let me get like over here. Oh, it's a world. Oh. Okay. I should be alright to just park it right there, yeah? I wanna park it where I can like actually look at Endermen and have them come attack me. You know what I mean? But they're not gonna spawn 25 blocks around, so I've gotta, like, pick a spot. We have crops and farms that has, like, 70 crops, also farming equipment? Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a huge modded pack. Oh, shit. Well, chat. Gentlemen. Gentlemen. Gentlemen, please. Gentlemen, please, no. Gentlemen. Chat, this is not what I wanted. No eyes? Oh, I got one. Or pearl? I got one. Hey, all right. Damn. There's no good spot to just stand and have them spawn. Maybe I'll go over here and just like, you know. I gotta be at least 24 blocks away from the biome, chat, so they spawn in the biome. Otherwise, they're just like, if I make one like here, they're not gonna spawn. They'll spawn elsewhere. That seems to be a hot spot right there. I'm gonna park this guy. We'll park him like right here. I just gotta make a little area. Hey. 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 Don't go anywhere. Yeah, this should work, chat. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay, he disappeared. So, like, all I gotta do is make a little... something like this. That way I can't get my ass beat by Enderman, right? Yep, we're good. So now if I look at him, like that. There we go. We have to beat 5 bosses to combine their eyes. That sounds pretty awesome. Is there a new Ender Dragon? What's... Cool. And I gotta work Nyland. I mean, this is kind of working, chat. May not be as quick as I want it to be, but at least I can... You know? I don't know if that's changed. I mean, good luck. Right? You'll get there. I believe in you. Chat, get them eyes! What am I at? 4? That's pretty good. What in the fuck? Where'd he go? Hey! All right, another eye. Dude, the drops are getting lucky. You still gotta mess with allocating RAM and all that? I do, just because I got the extra RAM to allocate. I mean, it's always, if you're doing base Minecraft, I always suggest doing even at least 6 if you can, just because it runs so much smoother. But for me, I added, so the only mods I have are sodium and iris, ferrite core for memory issues, and borderless windowed. That's all I added. Anything above 12 is kind of counterproductive to Minecraft. Just because Minecraft, you see some performance drops. Some performance roll-off drops with it. Damn, that guy barely touched the ground. No! Oh. Alright. We see some Enderman, dude. Got 6 pearls. That's nice. We come over here. Maybe they'll spawn over here. Oh, I need some of these too, chat. I forgot. For food. Do Optifine? I don't. I do iris. I do sodium and I'll run it on fabric as a loader instead of forge. And then I'll run sodium and then iris. Those two. Iris for shaders is just, I feel like it's smoother than Optifine. I always used to have problems with Optifine. It's too far away. So I just swapped to sodium and iris. Yo, do I have gold? I don't have any gold, big dog. I'd trade you if I had some. Chat, we're just playing the waiting game now. I just need to get some eyes. There's an Enderman way off in the distance, but you know, that's not gonna spawn there. I mean, technically, I think I have enough now. Why do cows wear bells? Because their horns don't work. True. Artie, thank you. That was a W joke. I appreciate it. Ooh, there we go. Come on. Come hither. I'll hit both of you. Ow! Oh, he stole that block to beat my ass. Do you see that? You block thief! Both of them did. They started taking this apart to whoop me. They're crafty. No pun intended. And Pink Floyd had in comment, their last big hit was The Wall. I thought that was Dale Earnhardt, bro. Oh god. Did they up the spawn rate for eyes on this? Oh man. Or the drop rate for eyes? May not die over there. Yeah, there you go. No, he didn't drop any. Oh shit. Come on. There's another one over there. Dang, I beat his ass thoroughly, chat. What am I at, 9? So I have 16. Chat, do I do it? Do you think I'll get lucky? I need 12. Dan, you can't say that? Dude, what? No, I literally can. I was watching live when it happened. Like, me and Dad were watching the NASCAR. Ah! What the fuck? I guess I can't say that. He's upset about it, too. It's crazy, dude. Dale Earnhardt was like a Southern hero. Everybody in the South liked Dale Earnhardt. And if you liked Jeff Gordon, you were a shithead. Alright, I'm getting out of here. I think I have enough, chat. I don't think I'm gonna get that unlucky. Let's see. Where did I leave my guy? He's right down here, isn't he? Oh, yeah, there he is. Alright, and I got some mushrooms, too. That's big. I almost lit him on fire. Don't do that. Wait. Wait a minute. Where... Oh, the lead must have caught on fire. Well, I'm glad he was sweet enough to wait for me. W guy. Hell yeah. The fence must have caught on fire. That's fine. Now I remember why I didn't do that anymore. Maybe I should have made a platform in the middle of the lava right here. I feel like that would have been smarter. They would have just teleported me. Chat, there's my arrow. We're gonna be fine. I just gotta pack up this guy. And he'll be good. I gotta put him back in his spot, because apparently you can't keep... You know, the leader will burn. Let's boogie? What on earth? There. I'm convinced it could crash the super computer. What, Minecraft? For sure. Depending on what you do, yeah. Certain mods, all that kind of stuff. What up, Lavender? How you doing? I just got some eyes. We're gonna try to go to the end. I just need to get some, or not eyes, I got pearls. I'm gonna make some eyes. I just need to get some arrows. I need a bunch of arrows. I really don't want to, like... Excuse me. I really don't want to, God. I don't want to make a mob tower this early. You know what I mean, chat? I don't want to make a mob tower. That just takes a while. And I don't know how to beat it with beds. I've never done that. It's my first time. Here, give me that. 16 Eyes of Ender. Dub. Oh, it was the ghast. I was like, what was in my house? It was the ghast. Eye of Ender, red mushroom. I think I can make the mushroom stew now. Hold on. Wasn't it a red mushroom, a brown mushroom, and where's the brown mushrooms at? Oh, there we go. Is it a mushroom? There we go, yeah. I'm gonna cross off mushroom stew, chat. Oh, never mind. I'm not hurt. Chat, do I try for a mob tower today? I don't want to, but I need a fuckload of arrows because I'm not good. Chat, I'm not good. I'm not good enough for anything. Sure? It's gonna take me forever, though. It's boring. Y'all care? Y'all better start a good conversation. I gotta get a ton of stone. Fish up an infinity bow? Yeah, but that's also boring content. Do I have... Here, you know what? How about this? No, how about this? I got an idea. Let me fish. Can you not farm chickens? I can, but then I have to wait for the fucking feathers. You know? I don't need many arrows. Then pick your poison? Yeah, I was gonna say, I may as well fish because I can get the leather from cows and I can get the sugar cane, right? To make the paper, to make the bookcases. I'm gonna need a mob tower no matter what I do, though, because I need to, let me fish. Fuck it. Let me get the enchantment. It'll make the mob tower faster anyway. Let me fish. Where's my rod? Did I break my rod? No. Oh, I think I just need 2 for this. I thought I had a rod. Did I not have a rod, chat? Oh shit, it's 3. What am I doing? Chat, help me. I'm stupid. It's about to be nighttime. My brain is too fast for my fingers today. I feel that. Let me fish because I gotta feed the cows anyway. I've got to feed the cows, and the sugar cane can run. If I get an enchanted bow, I get an enchanted bow. But what fishing does is it enables me to passively gather levels, so that what I can do is I could just make a bow and get lucky with infinity, right? Because that'll 100% happen. I don't even need punch on the bow. I just need infinity. If I could get infinity, I could easily do it. Can you find infinity in a loot box anywhere? A loot drop? Probably not. I know you could fish up the book and fish up a bow with it. Excuse me. But for the most part, I think it's sort of a pain in the ass, right? To get. I'm gonna sleep. Look at my house. You can see my house from here. It looks like a picture frame. Come over here and get all this. There. We got more cocaine! I mean, sugar cane. That's a different kind of cane. Alright, here. There. Give me this. Let's go feed the cows, chat. Chat, this shield is almost busted. I'm gonna have to make a new one. What's up, y'all? Get bread! Well, wheat, but... Sugarcane, cocaine, yeah, it's all the same. Okay, let me think. I think I could just fish right here. I should be fine. You know what? I don't trust it. I know a creeper's gonna, like, come up and blow me up. I'm gonna come right here. There we go, chat. That's better. We want a Campbell? No. It's too early for that. I don't even know where a Mushroom Island is. Okay? You gotta wait. You gotta be patient. These things take time. I learned from my last play of doing this on 1.18. You want to fucking elytra first, and don't make your base gigantic. That's the issue. I remember, my base was pretty big. It did not need to be that big. At most, I need like 2 villagers. Oh, I suppose I could... Yo, actually, Chat, rerolling villagers might be easier. I didn't think about that. I might be able just to reroll villagers. Until I get infinity on one. Like, go put them in a village over there. I have some emeralds. I just don't have a book. I keep making the mistake of having too big base. Yeah, I mean, like, you're not going to use half of it. That base that I put up there, I doubt I'll fill all those chests, you know? The biggest thing is, like, just collecting a bunch of off stuff, like all the food you can get. All the stuff for breeding animals. That's really the biggest thing about it. Getting puffer fish so you can have water breathing potions, you know, that kind of stuff. Are we good? We're waiting? Guess we're waiting. Sammy and I are Minecraft hoarders. We have so much stuff all the time. I like, for example, I won't keep leather armor. Once I get to the point where I'm getting a ton of diamonds, there's just no point, you know? Like, if you could get villagers to buy diamond armor from, why the fuck do I need 300 diamonds? I could just buy a diamond hoe or a diamond axe and just make it netherite, you know? You just got to get the smithing templates. That you do got to do. And that, I guess that's sort of a pain in the ass now. Not so much. If you've got fire breathing potion or fire resistance potions or an elytra, bastions aren't really a problem. You could just fly around. Like I said, the biggest thing is a mob tower. If you get a functional mob tower, chat, it's game over. You will have infinite gunpowder, infinite arrows, bones, zombie flesh. It doesn't matter. Like, you'll have levels. All of the basic stuff that you would otherwise have to wait for nighttime and farm all the mobs, you'll just have. I'm bored here at the dentist office. Fish you up a book. Yeah, we'll get you an infinity book. You'll never finish it. It's just called One Piece. It's right. Man, I'm glad we got those eyes so quick, though. I mean, I guess I could do it the old-fashioned way, too, and just climb up the pillars. And then hit the dragon when it's down, but that's a pain in the ass. I would rather just shoot the dragon. Take the path of least resistance. And I'm not speedrunning it, so. If I were speedrunning it, you'd use beds. I don't know how to do the bed strat. I'll have enough fish for breed. Don't you gotta breed one of every cat, too? Nothing like getting all your teeth scraped. That's true. I would be interested in watching both you races who gets to beat the dragon. I would just learn the bed strat. If you, you would be surprised, dude. Some people beat this game in like 15 minutes. Some people, what's the world record? Like 8? I don't know. Like they just, you cycle through worlds until you get a village spawn. And then you get, like, cause you can get iron. Getting to the nether that's the hard part. Because you have to get blaze rods. So, you have to essentially get iron for a bucket, get the bucket, find a lava source and a water source, build a nether portal out of, like you saw me do. Like, you would take the lava and put it in a water source to create obsidian. Have that iron that you got from killing a golem for flint and steel. And then you just speedrun the net. Some people get to, I'm not kidding, Nettles. Some people get to the nether in less than a minute. I'm dead fucking serious. It's crazy. But I would just learn those strats. But it kind of, like, for me, it kind of defeats the, purpose. The alternative, too, is, you know, instead of... If you can get a bow to get to the tower, right? If you can get enough arrows, you could just shoot the things. That's what I normally do. I got off work a few hours early, so that's a bonus W. Yeah, I've seen people get to the nether with a lucky, like, village spawn in less than a fucking minute or something. It's crazy. You have to get really lucky with fortress spawns, though, because you have to get the blaze rods. You have to get at least 12 to get to the end. Y'all try to get to the end using a CCI pack? Trying to think. If I did that, I would have to make it to where no TNT houses spawn, because that's pretty much insta-death. That's pretty much a hard reset, right? You know what I would do? Actually, try to get to the end before... I would just take... I would take... For every, like, 100 bits, or whatever the cost of a sub is, right? Whatever that equivalent is, because that way I can make subs do it too. The random pool from, like, a spawn of, like, 30 or whatever the fuck you can spawn in Minecraft. That. So maybe you spawn a warden. Maybe you spawn... Maybe one sub spawns a warden. Maybe one sub spawns a fish. That. That might be where it's at. Because we could get I think that's... So RNG is fair, in my opinion. That way you don't have an oiler just constantly resetting on us. But instead, people go apeshit and blow us up. Maybe with a sub. Anybody could do it. You know? Let me go breed the cows. I think that would be pretty good. You just have to... I like the RNG aspect. I think we got them all right there. Nope, no dead beef yet. Oh, I'm looking up now. I think it's possible. And not to mention, coding that wouldn't be a huge pain in the ass either. I still think it's dumb you can't bone meal sugarcane in Java. I agree. That's why I make that. Just let that do its thing. I agree with you 100%. I think it's fucking stupid. I'm sure there's a mod for it, though. Like, I'm almost certain if somebody has been like, yo. In fact, maybe Bedrockify has it. So Bedrockify makes it where there's controller support and changes the crafting to Bedrock style and all of that. So, it's possible. Why can't you? You can in Bedrock? Couldn't tell you. Mods let you do it. They got this stuff called Snad. There's a mod called Snad, which is sand, but it's like 10 times better than sand. So, like, when you put sugarcane on Snad, it grows, like, super fast, and it can get up to 4 stacks high and stuff like that. That mod's pretty cool. Why they got squids in the rivers, chat? I got a saddle. That's a dub. Saddle doesn't count as trash, does it? Is it treasure? I just fished up a saddle. It's got a puffer fish, too. I like that. Chat, remember tomorrow me and Amy are going to play Cryo. We'll play it on easy mode, so, you know. Survival of the fittest, chat. Are you going to struggle for another 2 hours and a half? You know that was fucked up too, right? As soon as I got to the very end, the guy spawns in next to me, and then he doesn't spawn in. He followed me there. But as I start to get chased, because there was a vent I could have run in right outside of security. I knew where I was going. My fucking character trips. And I was like, it doesn't matter. Even if I get up, he's going to immediately hit me because he waits for a second for you to get up. I was like, it's so dumb. I was like, I was so fucked up. I didn't know Gar and Wade were dead either. I was too busy looking in labs. But now I know that's where one of the cards could spawn. Is in that guy's hand, dead in research. Come on. How'll be chat? Alexandria, I'm doing pretty good, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just chilling with y'all. Y'all, should I turn off the in-game music and just turn on my own music? I feel like this doesn't... I should turn on the Minecraft soundtrack. Wait, what am I doing? Hold up. Hold on. Music and sounds. There we go. What's music toast? Directional audio? No, let me leave that off so y'all, that was music frequency? Wait, never mind. How about this? I'll just put on a Minecraft soundtrack from Spotify. Because that way YouTube won't hear it and it won't ding me on YouTube. Because apparently some of these you can't do. Minecraft. OST. Albums. Fuck, they don't have the updated one. Really? What? All right, never mind. I guess I'm fucked. I'll let YouTube cope. No fucking way! Yeah, baby. Lure 2. And mending. Mice? Where? Makey's favorite food is Mice Krispies. No, I'm kidding. They gave me so much for the second week alone. I'm like, what, college? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, Mortal! Not Mice Krispies. On the other hand, what? What's on the other hand? Sweet, chat. I'm glad I got this rod. Due to having done those translations, I don't have much to do for next week. There you go. So now you just got to do more work. Chat, did you hear Sora video? It is shutting down. Who would have thought that nobody would fucking pay to use that? Because, like, what are you going to do with that? Other than make, like, goofy shit. Like, memes. Like, quite literally, I don't know why they thought that would have been profitable. Because, one, nothing made with it can be copyrighted, right? And two, the only people that would make shit with it is memes! You would make memes! No one's paying for memes! I'm curious why they had $1 billion deal with Disney, because there was a ruling. The AI isn't what am I crazy? Did we not hear about this? Did we not hear about the ruling that ruled in favor of there being no copyright given to things created with AI because it's not a human creation, therefore cannot hold any copyright? So if Disney were to make generated content like that, even with AI, it wouldn't be copyrightable. It's a complete bust. It cost them $15 million a day to generate those videos. Yeah, fuck that. That's crazy. And most of it was memes! Most of the time, people were just making fucking cats exploding at the front door, or shooting the granny with a shotgun, or a big fat cat running through a house knocking everything down, or dogs spraying water out of their face. It was just memes. You remember the first viral one was Will Smith eating spaghetti. Meme lords are not paying for that shit. We'll just make our own memes. Telling you, one of the biggest like things used on Sora was S-Fan. S-Fan's a streamer. His chat just made him do crazy shit like skydive and give somebody a Red Bull with a jetpack and stuff. Like, he was one of the biggest, if not the biggest content creator whose community just used it for fucking memes of him, which is what it should have been used for, but not for $15 million a day. You know? I don't care for memes myself. I fucking love memes. They're goofy and stupid. They're funny. Well, some of them, right? I love memes. But yeah, no one's gonna pay. Like, why would you pay this? Yeah. Welcome back, Dragon Lord. Happy belated birthday, by the way. Every day added on is a belated, and then a belated. And then we're just gonna keep going. I do. I like memes. Jesus Christ. What? It's just funny, right? I just don't know who they thought they were, like, who are they selling that to? You know what I mean? Other than big tech companies like Disney, who are they selling that to? I mean, do you remember what happened when OpenAI signed that deal? They were trying to sign a deal for $500 billion to create that shit in Texas. And then, like, what, DeepSeek came out or whatever it was? The Chinese-made AI model that pretty much just did whatever the fuck ChatGPT did, but, like, for way cheaper. They made it for, like, a few million versus 500 billion, and that completely crashed the stock market for that. Damn, I got leather. It's just one of those things where, like, who'd have thought? But yeah, I found that interesting. And then there were people, like, petitioning to have it stay, and I'm like, no, fuck that. You gotta pay for it. I'm gonna be $150. If I'm generating $15 million a day, I'm not wasting that on AI video. If I'm generating $15 million a day, I could build a city in real life. I could go build a fucking city in real life. $15 million a day? Dude. Think about that. I could just go create a new place for people to live and stimulate an entire economy by literally creating jobs versus taking them away. I'm confused. What are we talking about? Yeah, so Sora is an AI video generator owned by OpenAI, who the ChatGPT guys, and they're shutting it down because it's not lucrative at all. It is actually incredibly expensive, and there's almost no return on it, like to get money for it. So it doesn't make them money. In other words, it costs them $15 million a day, and some people, very few people, are upset that that's disappearing because they use it to just make fucking memes. You know? But it costs $15 million a day. So yeah, it's shutting down. And everybody knew it was coming, right? Like we all knew it was coming. It's such a short-lived market. Like the way people are trying to market AI, your layman is I'm not gonna use, you know what you use AI for? A fucking Google search to compile sources, and even then it's still wrong. Like a lot of the time. Right? You use ChatGPT as a compilation search thing. That's what your layman person uses AI for, like us. If I said, hey, like I said before, create a grocery list for $500 right now at walmart.com and include specific dietary needs, it can do that fairly well. That's what somebody like you and I would use it for. I'm not going to use it constantly to like optimize I'm not a business. So what happened is a lot of AI companies are trying to sell AI like generation tools and AI back-end tools and whatnot to other companies, and who would have thought that when you charge an absolute fuckload for that not all companies can afford that, one, and two, not all companies need that. It's a very limited market. It's just they have an incredible difficult time. AI companies have an incredibly difficult time trying to figure out how to market it to your layman, us, to consumers, because not everybody, like I said, what the fuck would you use it for? I would just use it to optimize my grocery list or life. I would use it to help with a regimen for working out. That is accessibility. That helps people. That helps disabled. That helps single parents. That helps all parents, not just single parents. That helps everybody when you compile information. And that's what we would do with it. But like, I don't need it to generate a fucking Van Gogh piece of art. I don't need it to, do that. I right? That. There's so many ifs. It tells me I reach a limit. I just go to another one. Yeah, literally, that's what people can do. I'm not going to pay for it. It's expensive to run. It's taxing on the ecosystem. Just fucking, why even bother? Use it for things like medical. Use it for things like data analytics. Use it for that. Fucking. You know? The fuck am I going to spend millions of dollars to keep a quick Google search running? When you said disabled person with disability, I'm not removing their personhood by calling them disabled. They are like, for example, my uncle, when he was actually up in arms about that shit, he was missing an entire leg. And he was like, I'm disabled. I'm 180% disabled. He's like, I'm no less of a person. He would make that joke, right? Because he has less human anatomy on him. No, you're not disparaging anybody. Only people that get upset about that think disabled is a negative thing, right? No one's being disparaged by that. You're not stripping anybody's humanity away. You could be mentally disabled. You could be mentally impaired. Like there's other. It's a turn of phrase. No one's using it as a negative connotation, right? That's one of those fucking Gen Z things that people got upset about, but that had like no repercussion. It's not like you're calling somebody the R word. It's not the same. I work in publishing and we use it for book categories and keywords because they scrape all all the right resources, all the right sources to have the latest info. Same work, you would take a person an hour if they did the same research. It's compilation. That's literally the most way to use it. But in general, people prefer person first language. Like, you shouldn't say they are alcoholics. They have alcoholism. I think people prefer person first language if they have been disparaged out of humanity, out of personhood. Because I've never, ever heard somebody say, I am a recovering person with alcoholism. I have always heard somebody say, I'm a recovering alcoholic, right? And I think it's person specific. But in general, like, you don't really strip anybody's humanity away, you know? It's like, it's like calling somebody autistic versus calling somebody a person with autism. You're not taking away their personhood, right? A common one is a person isn't schizophrenic. They have schizophrenia, yeah. But I still think, well, I don't know. Calling somebody schizophrenic, that was kind of mainstream into making fun of people and shit. Oh my God. Damn it. Right? So I could see that with schizophrenia, but like, I would never look at somebody and be like, what are you, disabled? Like, I've never really heard people do that. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but I don't think it strips anybody's humanity away. Some people prefer one, some people prefer the other. It's all a matter of personal choice, and it's always good to ask, to be honest. Yeah, but nobody, like, I can't say nobody does it. The amount of people that are going to ask versus just do what is generally socially acceptable or what most other people do are few and far between. You know, you would have to go to a special group or be within a certain demographic of person, right? If they pay attention to that kind of stuff. Most people are just going to do what everybody else does. You know what I mean? Most people are just going to do the same thing that they've done for a long time, as long as they're not hurting anybody's feelings, right? That's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but it's also socially streamlining. Like, for example, wait, hold on. That was a thing. Where'd it go? Was that not a thing? Was that not a rod? Oh! I saw it. It went flying. Like, for example, what was one that was really popular? I'm trying to think when I was here, I'm gonna take this real fast and go hook this up. Your pockets must be full. No, I don't know why that one went flying. It just did. It's my general field of studies. I talked with my cousin, but she has a master's in sociology. She actually used it because she's Shawnee Native American, and she used it to like study the genocide of Native Americans and stuff like that. And that's what she actively works for and does. She works in like women's shelters and stuff too, like havens. And she talked about this, and she's millennial as well. So like, you saw this, you 100% saw the shift with Gen Z. And I'm not saying it's a bad shift. What I'm saying is that instead of just going with the societal norm, it's questioned and brought into, what is the phrase she used? Not abject consent. It is something along those lines where you would prefer to individualize something over it's when you prefer to individualize something over, which one's going to be cheaper? Wait, what? It's when you prefer to individualize something over what's like societal accepted. I don't know what the fuck thing is. I don't think it's a gender thing. It's a change that's being pushed for within the disability community. I'm not saying that that's not happening. I'm saying that outside of just like the disability community thing, you are seeing more of that individuality, not individuality, like individually concerned identity. People call it identity politics and shit nowadays, right? You were seeing that being spoken for and pushed for. You know what I mean? I don't want to call it like woke 1.0 because, you know, now that's got a negative connotation even though it's not negative, right? We talked about woke 2.0. It was, when I was younger, more people got upset. Not younger as in like a kid, but like when I was like 20, more people got upset about individual identity and representation than when I was a young kid, right? And the shift was you had a lot of younger people who were seeking that individuality and representation and identity, right? Whether it be like in fandoms or in communities like the community of disabled people, community of little people, that kind of stuff. People with autism spectrum disorder, like all of that. That was coming up when I was in my 20s. So that would have been like, what, when Gen Z was in their 10 teens, right? So you saw that happen way more. Like a massive surge in that, especially like from 2016 and up. You know, where you would take you would challenge the social status quo. That's what I was trying to say earlier. You would challenge the social status quo for the sake of somebody's individual identity. That's not a bad thing. It's different. The status quo, as long as it doesn't disparage anybody, right, is the status quo. It's what most people are going to do. And most people have done. And to expect even a social change, it takes a lot of push, right? Like it takes not just education, but you have to essentially convince everybody that it is a positive change for the better. And that's way harder to do en masse. My cousin Des explained this to me. That's way harder to do en masse on an individual level when you can't, when as a human being, it's almost impossible to resonate individually with absolutely everybody else, simply because of your experiences, the communities you belong to, all of that stuff. Do you remember how I mentioned the phrase, a place for everybody's a place for nobody, or whatever it was, chat? It's something kind of similar to that, but like, not I don't know how to just say it any other way, not restrictive, or not exclusive to thereof. So that's why I mentioned like the Gen Z thing. Gen Z absolutely attempted to push for a different social change than millennials. A significant social change being like individual identity politics. I don't know if politics is the right word. Individual identity representation. There you go. That. It's what's working now. It's a social change. For people like millennials and whatnot, we're like, if it doesn't hurt anybody's feelings, why change it? Right? Those poor cows. It's just easier this way. It's just easier this way. All right? I know exactly what you're trying to say earlier. I also forgot the word. Yeah, there's a word for it. Like even the phrase I just used it's not the exact word. Man, if Des were here, she could explain it. If Des were here, she could explain it significantly better than me. But yeah, her and I had a conversation about that. You know? Most people will just do what the status quo is. And it's simply because if the status quo isn't hurting anybody, right? Just not disparaging anybody. If they can't see how it's hurting anybody, right? Like person first language is incredibly important. But if you're in a standard conversation or a quick conversation or a non-political conversation, I don't mean political as in like politics political, like you're not constantly trying to be politically correct or correct your speech and all of that to disparage an imaginary person at the time, right? Like if you're not talking to like disabilities and stuff like that, if you're not talking to anybody that has a disability or whatnot, and you just call somebody a disabled person, that it's kind of like that. How do you know if something is status quo if it isn't hurting somebody? You won't generally have active groups saying, that it is, right? Hold on real fast. You home, baby? All right, I'm gonna pull my door too. Oh, hold on. Just rain check that. Hold on, give me 1 second. Hold on, chat. I'll be right back. All right, chat, I'm back. She got some stuff. Oh. But anyway, hold on. So how do you know if status quo isn't hurting somebody's feelings? Just a little tidbit. It's by nature, offense is individual. Like you get offended. You know what I mean? Like offense, I don't want to call it a choice, but it's kind of a personal choice. You get offended. So like as a whole, if you have a large community, right, that you remember like back in the day when everybody would call little people the M slur? And they were like, "Hey, we don't like that," right? Like it's offensive because of this, or like how everybody called Inuits the E slur, and people still do it. That was one that Des told me about, right? That kind of stuff, right? Dan, was the word individualization by any chance? No, but individualization, that would fit a little bit, right? Perceived individualization, social individualization, that kind of stuff. So people still use it all the time. Yeah, but like it's literally a slur, you know? But that's essentially what changes the status quo. It is the tailoring of stuff toward the individual versus the status quo. Fascinating topics. So this is, I don't doubt that it's interchangeable, but it was more specific. I know it's going to sound crazy, more specific than just individualization. It was pertaining to like group dynamics. It's almost like calling something politically correct. But yeah, so that's kind of what it is. That's how you challenge the status quo. Like, perfect example. Do you know how... Chat, can I teach y'all how to formulate a legitimate fucking argument with facts and reality? Okay? You want to do a mock debate? This is why I don't like debate, because it's all charisma. You could have somebody just spew a bunch of bullshit and people be like, oh, this person won the debate because they talked fast or whatever. You know? Essentially, you could just Jordan Peterson your way into winning by just using elaborate but unthought out fucking word salad. You know? I mean, look at Charlie Kirk. He was an absolutely abysmal debater. He was fucking terrible at it. He didn't actually bring... Like, I don't think that man once in his life brought like a legitimate fucking statistic that wasn't cherry picked, that wasn't tailored to some kind of fucked up incorrect study, right? At all. I mean, he thought a dolphin fetus was a human fetus. So the number one thing is when you make a claim, be it for social change, be it for anything, formulate, and it's easier said than done, formulate an impenetrable defense around that claim and make sure you can back it up with many scientific sources. many scientific sources, many statistical analysis, all of that. Get that. Don't just, if you try to change something or challenge culture or the status quo, if you try to do that, make sure that it's more than just my feelings. The reason is that is a super fucking easy argument to just counter with my feelings say the opposite, right? People do this shit with religion all the time. I have dismantled countless religious fucking arguments constantly, all of the time. You know what I mean? It is one of the most slippery slope things to do. But if you can solidify that shit and ground it in research and what most people would tell you is reality, right? If you have your sources, your examples, people will just fumble over themselves because when you're debating somebody, they're trying to get you, they're trying to put you in a position of like charismatic repression. Does that make sense? But if you're resolute and you know exactly what the fuck you're talking about and you have the stats from multiple sources, verified by many people, that if you are direct with your claim and not broad with your claim, if you don't have a lot of generalization in your claim, right? It's much easier. It is so much easier to debate and just completely fucking dismantle other people's arguments. That. Most recent argument was again about how religion doesn't set morals because civilization isn't older than religion. That's anybody that tries to tell you that is dumb as fuck. Like, I can't think of a like an actual like God-fearing religion, especially in the West, that isn't genocidal. Anybody that ever says, oh, no, Christianity is peaceful, Islam is peaceful, Judaism is peaceful. No, the fuck it's not. What happened to the Amalekites and the Canaanites? Specifically, what happened to the Canaanites? Who deemed their entire genocide and their virgin women to be kept? Who did that? I'll wait. It wasn't Satan. I promise. It is very genocidal. Abrahamic religions, by fucking definition, are genocidal religions. All three of them. They are all genocidal. Any ethno-religion inherently will be, is genocidal. Because you put an ethnicity on a pedestal. It is. Period. I did not go into religious primary and secondary schools, and then they get translation linguistics to be told, but the Bible says gay people bad. No, Leviticus says gay people bad, right? So many people try to infer through what they like to call ceremonial law, which is not of the fucking 10 Commandments. I can use the Bible to dismantle the Bible, dude. The Bible is one of those things that I grew up with that shit. Southern Baptist Bible. I literally own, well, I don't own. My mom has it. I'm going to get it when my mom passes. My great-great-grandma's fucking Catholic Bible. Like, I've read them. And this is a generally speaking thing. I'm not attacking religion. I'm giving you examples of how to completely dismantle whatever claim you have about anything using its own source material in this particular regard, right? That Jesus' death actually negates Leviticus, so they can't even use that argument. Yeah, Jesus' death supposedly separates you from ceremonial law. But if they do, just tell them what happens when you wear mixed linens. You should be put to death. I'm sorry, but this polyester cotton blend is not... yeah. So that, when it comes to anything you want, be it social change, identity, politics, again, I don't have a better word, but that's what people will like argue, all of that, have a solid, well-backed argument for it, because somebody with just a microscopic more fucking charisma, or a little bit more of charisma, will just shit on that. And I hate seeing good arguments get beaten out by shit like just bombastic charisma. I do. Why are mixed linens heresy? Ceremonial law said so. Y'all with English have to chill with the possibility of neutral language most of the time. A lot of nouns still hold grammatical gender. Wait, hold on. I'm confused. Y'all with English have it chill with the possibility of neutral language. Most of the time, a lot of nouns still hold... Oh, you're talking about in Spanish... I understand. In romantic languages, yes. Like L and la, or like le and la in French. Like, yeah, I get it now. I understand what you're saying. I have a question. Gits, is makeup in Spanish masculine or feminine? Masculine in French. Le maquillage. It's masculine? See? I got a nuclear take about gendered nouns in language. I got a nuclear take about gender, but I got a nuclear take about gendered nouns in language. They are not the same gender as social gender. They are not the same gender as sociological gender. Chair is feminine. El maquillaje? Is that, I don't know how to pronounce it. El maquillaje? People are still dead set on only having L and Ella. Well, it kind of ties back to what I was talking about before. Like if you're going to refer to somebody as either disabled or a person with disabilities, right? The issue is my brief analogy. I've thought about this with French too because people did the same thing in French class. The issue is you are trying to personify the gender of a noun because we are used to gender being person first. For example, I don't give it, like for me, one of the hardest things, if I ever encountered an individual who wanted to be referred to as it, I don't think I could do it. In my heart of hearts, it would be I would do it for their sake, but I wouldn't believe them. Call that bigoted. The reason being, even gender pronouns personalize somebody. Example, Gits. Let's say I have a daughter and I say, man, I love my kid so much. She's just precious. You can immediately, as a human being, we do this. And this kind of like ties into you should always ask people for specific things individually. You can immediately, you have been trained to, by the status quo, by society, you are capable of inferring using your human fucking brain, because we're good at this, what type of relationship I must have with my daughter. You know this. People can't do that linguistically with fucking nouns, so it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. They can't do that. Immediately, you must be like, he must, like, it just kind of ticks in your brain. You must have a loving relationship with your daughter, and then you can infer what kind of a relationship a loving father would have with his daughter. Like, I would be a fucking amazing girl dad. Like, oh man, you can, just that. We personalize individuals so much. So for me, if somebody were like, refer to me as it would be so fucking hard. Because as a human being, to dehumanize somebody, it is almost against, like, everything that has been instilled in my brain. That's fucking hard. It's very hard. That ties into what we were talking about earlier. By individualizing everything, or assuming that, assuming that you should individualize everything by asking or determining personal preference first, it completely throws a cog in the wheel of not the status quo, but just like social. What's it called when something functions really well? A well-oiled machine. What's that called? My mind is fucking blanking. Social. It's not. It's when something runs really good. Fuck! How did I use this word on a daily almost? It's not status quo. It's when something runs really good. Efficiency. Efficiency. Fucking forgot the word efficiency, bro. That. It just slows down the efficiency of language. Like that. So, it's that thing that you just said about masculine and feminine nouns. Those are not personalized in any sense of so most people who are native speakers don't want to change that, because then they got to change their whole fucking language. And wait till you get into languages that have masculine and feminine nouns. That's going to be hard. That takes centuries to do. That is not something that can happen in your lifetime. I can see I'm fairly knowledgeable and open about these topics, but I also struggle with neo-pronouns sometimes, unfortunately. What's a neo-pronoun? What the fuck is a neo-pronoun? What is that? I've never heard that. Is it just new pronouns? Is that what you mean? Yeah, basically. What's a new pronoun? You're talking to a guy that didn't pick his pronouns. I just kind of went with whatever society gave to me, dude, because it was just easier that way. And I don't really, like, it doesn't matter to me, you know what I mean? Such as pup/pups. Oh, well, that's because it dehumanizes people, right? You're not a dog. Like, I understand, I 100%, I get, like, I get if somebody has, like a lot of shit going on with, like, identity. I can't, in my heart of hearts, dehumanize somebody. We treat humans better than dogs, right? Oh, no, pronouns are like ze, them, zer, they, and here. What do? What do they use to represent? I think a lot of people struggle with that because it's not native to the culture we're used to. Do you know what I mean? So, like, this is another thing. When you shoot a bow with mending, fuck. When you shoot for social change, you have to understand that you are trying to stop a culture that has existed for hundreds of years. I don't want to say thousands because it changes in time. You're trying to change something that has existed for hundreds of years. Good luck. It takes quite literally more babies than you can push out to do that. Like, it does. We know this, even sped up with technology. We know this. And people, to some degree, can be educated to do it, but you can't educate everybody to do it to that degree, right? It's sometimes classified as a neo, even though it's existed in regards to using it as a pronoun for a person. Yeah, but so that's kind of like the issue you run into, right? Is we don't use it for a person unless it's non-specified. Like, if I were to refer somebody, perfect example, the Bible does this, refers to children as it sometimes, in parts of speech in sentence structure, because back in the day, I don't know if y'all know this, people didn't name babies immediately. They had to survive for a little bit. A lot of cultures actually didn't give children names for like months because, you know, back then they didn't all make it, right? They depersonalize for that particular reason. You don't know if that baby is going to make it back in the day. That happened a lot. That happens a lot. Even now, when there is a I say personalized as like a human thing, not just like gender specific. If it is non-discriminate, anonymous, and it's like vocal, like part of speech, I don't want to say it dehumanizes. It removes humanization from that. Does that make sense? Right? As for the dehumanization aspect, yes, it's a struggle, but that's why one at least tries to respect a person who feels better about their existence using said words. To be honest, like, what counts is that you still try for the sake of treating the person with respect. I agree, and that's why I'm saying, like, I would still do it, but I would not in my heart of hearts ever think you're an it. Because do you know what we do with its? We discard them. And if you think that about yourself, that tells me you got something that professionally it's got to be fixed. Period. We discard its. Its get thrown in the trash can. Its get used. Its get filled up with water and drank from. As a human, I'm not saying that the person does. I'm saying as a human being, that's how we've always used that part of speech. Does that make sense? Its get liquid sucked up through. It's get put in my ears to listen to music from, right? It's get put on my head. That's why it's tough, because almost every time we use it, if not every time we use it, it's to dehumanize. It's to pull the self from, you know? That's the issue I run into with it. But if somebody does that and refers to themselves as it, you know something's not right. And I don't mean like their identity is not right. I mean the way they see themselves. To some degree, you're dehumanizing yourself. Oh, and the crazy part about that, like, you know, Therianism and stuff, I'm not knocking again, I understand the issue. I understand, like, third person speak. Like, I get that. I know there's a mental struggle there. Everything that you perceive, whether it be identity, whether it be I want to be referred to as pup or whatever, you perceive from a human perspective. You, in no reality, can perceive it from anything other than that. That is why it's like, oh, fuck. No matter what you do, even if you would prefer, like, it as a pronoun, you will still perceive it from a human perspective. That's why I say, like, I know somebody struggling with some shit when I hear that. You know? You don't have a choice. You were born a fucking ape, dog. Like we do this really good. And we swing from trees, or we used to anyway. Right? That. For years, so I get it. But I guess my question would be this. So this is kind of tying into the you're trying to change a culture. Why that over they? They is what we use for people and for multiple things too. Oh, is it not nighttime enough? It felt better. Why? Right? I thought about all of this kind of stuff too, like self-identity. Like, I've done all of that. I never picked any of my shit. I just kind of went with what everybody else did. I never gave a fuck to, right? It didn't make me feel any better. Excuse me. I'm not saying that's how it works for everybody. I'm saying that's how it specifically worked for me. It never made me feel any better. But why did it make it feel better? You don't have a reason to preferring a color over another? That must be specific to you. I will always... You're a slave to your desire. There's a reason you desire something more than anything else. It's just, I don't know if... I mean, I've had plenty of times. I can't tell you why. I just do. I haven't thought about it. You know what I mean? We know from a psychological standpoint that's what happens to almost everybody on this planet. Right? I am somebody that I will fuck my whole perception of something up by just constantly asking why. I'm a real daredevil, chat. Constantly I will ask why. Why do you look at yourself like that? Why do you prefer that? There is a reason. You just haven't figured it out yet. There's a reason for everything. Why? Why did I not give a shit? Why? I'll just do that. So when it comes to things like debate, things like why do we use the specific language we use, that kind of stuff, why? Why would somebody not want to be referred to in the traditional sense? Maybe because they don't feel traditional, right? Well, what is traditional? What even makes anybody feel traditional to some degree? Why, just like we were talking about earlier, you know, Nettles, why disabled versus person with a disability or a person who is disabled? People first type stuff, right? Well, why does that slow language? I literally constantly chat. It never shuts off. It never shuts off. My brain's always thinking about that kind of shit. You know? You were born into sin. Why? You were born a hero. Why? Why? What's the point? Why? Much like I'm not actually a trans man because I don't seek to be a man, but I seek to counteract the fact that I'm assigned female at birth and still look feminine. But they're two different things, right? Like there's no doubt that sometimes they run in the same vein, but sex and gender are two completely different things, right? It's almost like ethnicity and culture. You know? A lot of identity stuff is highly individualized, so there comes a point where you can't just keep asking someone why. I mean, you can. You may not understand it because you're not that individual, but you can try to, right? That's the point. That's the point of delving in. Anytime I've ever thought, and this is how I come to run to there's no such thing as free will, you're a slave to your desire type shit. Why? I did that to the point, what is free will? Let's think about what free will is. The freedom to make any choice in any particular scenario, right? Well, you're just going to pick what you want to do the most. Even if it's self-sacrificial, that's what you want to do, whether it's to appease a god or appease your son or daughter or parents or friends or whatever, right? You're going to do that no matter. It's going to be what you want to do the most. Period. You may not like the consequences, but at the time, that I can't. Why? I can't answer it. I don't know that because we're a fucking sack of electrode cells because we're dumb. And the tell you, I simply felt was going to be nice because it separated me from what people considered the binary, especially in Spanish, where we don't have neutral language, and they, them did not provide me enough satisfaction of stepping back from the existing binary, especially because people who still do not see non-binary people as actual non-binary. And that makes sense. But so from a perspective of somebody, this is my perspective, like I, as somebody that is, I'm pretty humanist, right? Like, I would say I'm pretty humanist. How is they and them not non-binary enough? Right? It is already existing in a language. It's already there. To what degree is that tool not useful enough? And this is the part where, individually speaking, why? At some point I realized I want to separate from femininity, which is why I started using he, him mainly, and then they... Oh, not right now, baby. Thank you, though. Mainly, and then they, them, because while I don't... Oh, shit. Hold on. You typed again. Because while I don't feel fully good with it, it makes it easier for people and doesn't make me feel bad, at least. Because society does not respect non-binary people in a lot of parts, and the use of they, them as a singular pronoun is still fought against today, despite the fact that it's been used for ages. So from a social, again, this is me. This is my brain at work. I never mean to like hurt your feelings. I don't know if I can hurt your feelings by being genuinely curious. Like this, I don't get to do this often, simply because I'm a streamer. Most of the time, y'all are watching and learning about me. I fucking love this. There's a quote from One Piece that I wish I could share with you guys. It's when Fujitora? It's one of the Navy admirals. He says something about Luffy as Luffy is leaving the whole I think it was Water 7 arc and shit like that. Anyway, I don't get to learn about you guys, and I fucking love human brains. Do you think I'm fortunately a chill person who embraces curiosity? Some people understandably don't. Some people non-understandably don't. I have patience for the curious and tolerant, okay? And anytime I run across anybody that's curious and tolerant, it's because they don't have the answer. And they're upset about it. So that's how I know they got shit to work on. So the reason I ask is because my identity is a nebulos that goes beyond what I understand as gender. I came to that conclusion. I just went with the flow, because hold on. In a society that doesn't accept they and them as part of like the gender spectrum, right? And I'm not saying this to degrade your thought. I want you to ask yourself why. Why would it or its be any better? It wouldn't. It would be way harder. Would it not? It would be way... And that, to me, that screams... That's the reason why people have a problem with like Z, Zer, her, like it, here, all of that is because though it's a neo pronoun, you were trying to change something that was already there that sort of described it to some extent, right? It's like replacing a ladder with stairs, you know? Or I guess that's a bad analogy. Replacing a slope made out of dirt with a slope made out of stone. A lot of people get to that step and then like that. It counted to me, and this is the experience of my own gender identity, expression, and language as something outside of the binary in Spanish. It somehow got less aggressive reactions than they them in Spanish too. For some reason, it was hilarious. Who would have thought? Were people memeing on you, calling you Itza? I'm sorry. That was the entertainer in me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on. See, there you go. I feel like if you're gonna do it, you should go all in. All right. That's what actually inspired me. Fuck, it's almost like I thought that and then said it out loud. I told you I like learning about people. I put shit together pretty quick, Gits. Someone called me Itza, and I was like, hey, wait a second, I like the sound of that, yeah. The fuck? No, you don't. It's a me, yo. Who the fuck are you, Mario? Like, no, you don't. What? How no one's memeing on you with that? I swear to God. Every time, woohoo! That's what. No, I should make streamer bot every time you put something in my chat. I can do this, by the way. Every time you say a fucking message in my chat, I could literally. It's a me. Like literally, just make it say that voice line. Now you're bullying me. I know. I'm just fucking around. But yeah. So that's to me. Why? Like, why is it more individualistic? And it is. That's the individuality of it. Why would you expect to change a culture that exists, you know, for your own individual needs, right? I am somebody, keep in mind, outside of my incredible curiosity, I am somebody that will generally go with the needs of the many over the needs of the few, right? When it comes to just efficiency. Because at the end of the day, things like ramps into buildings, things like, I don't know, accessibility tools are fucking great for everybody, so why not just do that? Why not just do that? You know? The things that put your socks on your feet for you, yeah, I mean, if you can do that yourself, maybe that's not intended for you, but it's still not any fucking hard. A walking pad, yeah, I could go walk outside. I could ride a bike that goes nowhere, right? But I don't want to get hit by a car, and there's snow everywhere sometimes. Yeah, see? It's that kind of stuff. Like, I will challenge the status quo for the needs of the many, and a lot of people who do try to maintain like a cultural status quo in America, I can't speak everywhere else, in America, don't realize that it will just overwhelmingly benefit them. Perfect example is the plane seats. I think plane seats should just be big enough to accommodate almost every body type, right? I say almost every because I realize you can't get an entire fucking row to yourself, right? Like, I get that. But that being said, nobody likes smaller plane seats. Who the fuck argues to pay, like, first? You are an idiot if you think that they shouldn't make the seats just bigger. You've never ridden on a plane, or you really fucking hate your legs. Or, I mean, perhaps you're just fucking tiny. I don't know. It's not comfortable. Bigger plane seats are better. All right? Bigger plane seats are better. As a student of linguistics, in terms of language, there's no actual status quo from society. The status quo comes from institutions that set what is correct and what isn't for language. But like, I wasn't versus I weren't. Yeah, tell that to slang. Tell that to Riz. Sounds like they got fucking L-Riz because that just, I get, like, that's called, what that's called, gets, I actually took a lot of linguistics. You had to, if you were a foreign language major. I took a lot of linguistics in college too. Like, I learned what a bilabial fricative was. I did that. I also learned what phonetics were. That, the status quo right there, that's called a grammarian. The purpose of language isn't to be correct. The purpose of language is to do what? What's the purpose of language to do? I get that the status quo, the grammarian would argue that. But we all know what bet means. On God. Like, we all know what cooked means. Shit has how many definitions? The purpose of language is to communicate a point. That's why we use language. To communicate. Even if it's wrong, we could still get the point across. Right? So, I would argue that, I mean, this is the age-old argument. What came first, the word or the thing, right, chat? It's like pan, bread. The Japanese didn't have traditional wheat bread. It's pan in Japanese. It's also pan in fucking Portuguese. It's pan in French. It's pan. It's romantic languages. It's like that. I would argue that, personally speaking, the thing comes first in our modern culture. But it can also not come first. We've had standalone complexes. You know what that is? Ghost in the Shell coined that. So then one could argue, if the purpose of language is it to be correct and dictionaries define it/its as mere pronouns and not as dehumanizing pronouns used for objects and animals, why would you invent the said definition in your brain and apply it into a linguistics interaction, because it has traditionally been used as dehumanizing instead? The way we speak culturally, it's been like that. Not it's exactly like what came first, the culture or the language, right? Culturally speaking, that's what it has been. Like, even referring to brand new babies, right? People call them it. Back in the day, they would call them, before like modern technology and stuff, right? They would call them its, because they wouldn't know whether or not they would reach the point of viability. That they would use that as dehumanizing, and to some extent, we just kind of adopted that to objects, right? We don't personalize objects to that degree. That we should stop using it/its for animals. That's trying to humanize an animal, right? That's anthropomorph. I don't think it's anthropomorphizing. It's humanizing an animal, right? I mean, we don't. For example, on an individual level, the men. You always hear me call Krobus a he. It's an animal. That particular regard, that's a cultural linguistics thing, right? Like, that's a cultural thing. Culturally speaking, we don't do that to people. We haven't done that to people. So it's like tying back, you're trying to change a culture. That. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying that's a challenge. You're trying to change, right, a culture that is not used to doing that. In English, but a lot of English speaking, we're just not used to doing that, right? Because we do that to objects. So that. Someone whose mother tongue is highly gendered, and wherein people will argue that we don't need anything between male and female, even if you go to say you're biologically intersex and you don't identify with either. Oh, hold on. Even if you go and say you're biologically intersex and don't identify with either. I think that ties back to what we were first talking about, though, right? Like, I don't think that's the same. Like, I know a lot of people try to conflate the two. I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I'm saying that a lot of people will try to conflate gender and sex as the same thing. No, it's literally like ethnicity and culture. It's quite literally almost 1-1 ethnicity and culture. So, like, your ethnicity, you have, like, scientific biological backing for, right? Your culture can change depending on where you are. The way you speak, how you view things, all of that. That is 100% changeable. Your religion is changeable. Your class is changeable. Those social constructs that people don't really, they'll conflate it by not arguing the sociality of it, right? They'll just say, oh, well, this is the hard biological evidence. We know that, but that's not the same thing, right? In language, just like we were talking about before, we know that the masculine noun is not the same as, like, the masculinity of, or at least smart people know, right? It's not the same as the masculinity of a human, right? It's just the structure of a language that's existed for, you know, whatever iteration it's in now for 100, 200, 300. That's why I say centuries and not millennia, right? Because a century is only 100 years, man. Language changes a lot in 100 years. Even if you use the denial separation to try to convince them, at least they realize they're just being assholes and the intersex people don't exist. They do exist, right? Like, we know they exist. A lot of people don't realize this. I can explain to you how to formulate a scientifically backed, easy fucking argument that is not individual. This is something you can build off of because it's not individualized. It's not, I feel, it's quite literally cold hard evidence. You have two primary sex characteristics, chat. This is universally accepted science. You have plenty of secondary sex traits, right? You have things like genitalia. That's a secondary sex trait. That is not a primary sex trait, right? Your two primary sex traits are your chromosomes and your gametes you produce. That's it. That's it. All of the rest, It's like I like to explain to people, okay? God, I should be like a Twitter warlord. Anyway, it's like I like to explain to people. All of the rest is shit we find sexually attractive, but it's all of that shit can change. All of it. Genitalia, muscle mass, bone density. You can change all that with plastic surgery, right? All of that can change. Those aspects are what we have come to attribute to gender, though they are secondary sex traits. So people try to take that, that's where they conflate that shit. Oh, well, if you have breasts, you're feminine. I mean, I got long hair, and I got muscles. I got rock solid titties, big dog. I could probably bench press your mom in a half. I'm not even kidding. You know? But I could also be your dad. You know what I mean? Like, that's where they try to conflate it. Secondary sex traits. Yeah, we know they're secondary. Everything else is secondary. Your genitals are secondary. The hormones, your hormones are a secondary sex trait. They're not a primary sex trait. They're not. We know this. This is scientifically backed. It is, you know? So a lot of people try to stick to that argument like, oh, well, biologically, your two primary sex traits can't be changed yet. Your chromosomes in the gametes you produce. Therefore, biologically, you're this. You know what? Nobody's arguing that biologically you're not. Socially, that's the change. That's the change. It's a social change. And your social change comes with culture change. They try to conflate that, and it's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Also, when did I fish up 4 of these? That's where they try to get you on that kind of argument. And oh shit, I'm out of wheat. I got leather though. That's where they try to say, oh, it's inseparable. No, dog. Do you think that my genes make me want to work on cars? I had to work on cars to pay the fucking bills. You know what I'm saying? Oh, fuck. I was going to make a joke. All right, chat. How many? Would y'all get offended about a sandwich joke? Come on now, be honest. I can't. It's close to Women's Month. Never mind. There is nothing in my genes that make me want to do masculine things. You learned that. You're not born a man. You learn to become a man. Right? What is manhood? What are masculine things? A lot of people don't like to define masculinity and femininity so they can keep it like separate. No. They're a thing for a reason. What are feminine things? You remember that one bearded guy who was always like, what is a woman? That guy, and he thinks he's got like a gotcha argument. That guy's dumb as shit. Everybody that has identified to him like what a like the gender of a woman is, he's been like, well, and then he does that shit where he tries to conflate it. I don't know that loser's name. He tries to conflate it with sex. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Like, do you think that you can't... New follower. Kayla. Like, do you think that you can't have feminine men? A lot of people do that. I know they do. They're just dumb as shit because they don't know how to fucking argue. They intentionally attempt to construe data. Just get rid of the whole masculine feminine thing. That's what we millennials tried to do, right? And I'm not... Again, this is not like a shot at Gen Z. Something I realized and that I actually had to cope with was like... When I was younger, I mean, my mom was an Air Force carpenter. You know, my mom was in the Air Force. She was the first female carpenter at Moody Air Force Base. My mom was literally the first. So, you know, my mom did a lot of masculine shit, right? You would think going to war is a masculine thing, you know? You would think all of that kind of shit is a masculine thing. A lot of hyper-masculine dudes would tell you that, right? It's like the argument, oh, what men used to go to war and now they dress up as girls. Yeah, dude, because we don't have to fucking go to war. Like, what do you mean? And you know, they got drones now. I'm sorry, it's way worse than Vietnam. I'm sorry, they got drones now, big dog. That could just blow your shit up. But that's not inherently masculine, right? But growing up, like, hold on, Mimi's screaming. Mimi, why are you screaming? Come on, Mimi. Growing up, I had my mom would literally do both, right? She would do everything, you know, that would be considered both masculine and feminine. That's just how it worked. So like as a millennial, a lot of us, we weren't defined by those particular roles. So like, do you know how people will say like, what's perfect example? Chat, what is gender identity? What is, I'm gonna be honest, what is literally any social construct? What is your identity? What is the identity? I don't mean you personally. I mean like how we define it. What if I were to look at you, right? How would I know how to identify you? You do it with me constantly, right? How do you know that I am a man? This is not a shot at anybody. This is not a, we do this as a human being. The exact same way we did with gendered pronouns and stuff. Right? How do you know that my gender is man? Masculine? What's masculine? What do I do that's masculine? Right? Is it my hard-headedness? Exactly? No, you know exactly what it. So this is the song and dance. You know exact. I meant from. Oh, for you? No, I'm talking about for me. Okay, no. What is it? I don't. No. What is it? What's the social definition? Threaten to deadlift my mom. I'm about to deadlift Mimi. Hold on. The beam. Gender identity is a bunch of values set by society on large, whereas individuals fall in some areas and are either one or the other, or an outlier. So, what are the things that are set up by society? This I'm not drilling you as in like a gotcha. Like literally, I'm doing that shit, that curiosity. Like there are two things. It's kind of how you present yourself. You're right, Shade. So your identity for any social construct, be it Christian, Muslim, whether you're fucking rich, poor, whether you are masculine, feminine, man, woman, non-binary. This is, we were talking about, this is why people struggle with non-binary. Every single social construct that exists on this planet is determined by how you look and how you act. That's your identifiers. That's how we as people identify all of that. It changes constantly. How you look and how you act. Remember when I said I don't like when people constrict the way other people speak and think because it changes how they'll act? It's literally the same vein. Those are your two identifiers. How you look and how you act. I act masculine. You know what that is. You know what that is. Culturally speaking in America, you know what that is. Who the fuck? How? I'm not saying they can't. This is not me saying they can't. How many women have threatened to deadlift your mom, Nettles? Now, why is that masculine? Why is that masculine? You know why. Because socially speaking, the hard-headed act of attempting to deadlift someone's mom has traditionally been done by men. I would say identify me based on your name and also your voice. You shouldn't be, which shouldn't be indicators because that shouldn't dictate your gender, but it can dictate sex. Yeah, but the reason, my general actions as well, right? There are things that we do that, socially speaking, have happened for centuries. Again, it changed. I feel like 100 years, things are a little different, right? Especially now. Especially with technology like the internet and shit. The things that I do we know what masculinity is, right? Like as a culture, we know what masculinity is. The reason people have such a hard time, I don't mean like people in general, like the reason society has such a hard time with, I'm going to keep some of these. I'm going to go plant these. With things that are not a part of that, or that exist outside of that scope, right, is because it's not identifiable.
Its pronouns are ugh, why? But that's what it is. A lot of people are hesitant to explain why they think something is masculine or feminine because it's gonna hurt someone's feelings. No, I don't give a shit. The reason I think that is because socially that's how I've been trained, right? I don't go out of my way to belittle or barrage people with whatever society has trained me to do, right? But that's what happens. Everybody does it. I have never met a human being that doesn't do it. Period. Everybody does it. That's part of the human experience. We are trained to do that, just like categorizing and all of that. We do that. Second nature, we do it. We personify people that way. We know that that's how we do it in America, right? We have those like personifying parts of speech and actions. Oh, well, this is something typically a man would do. Like, you know, the for my male audience shit, right? I'm not saying that anybody that is a female can't enjoy a giant rock hitting water in a lake. But there's a reason why. There's a reason why that's a fucking meme, because it holds some semblance of societal truth. I do like watching big rocks hit the fucking water. I don't know why. It's not always true. But there's just goofy little things like that are true. That we pick up on. And when you, I feel like when you attempt to go against what society has already, I don't want to say solidified, because again, it changes, but society has already accepted as a status quo. That's when you run into that pushback. Why is it different? It's been this way my whole life. Why does it have to be different? So when you challenge that with that solid fucking argument, right? Like if somebody were to act femininely, like, here you go. What's a feminine man? How you look and how you act, right? Nurture. Those are traditionally feminine. Oh, here we go. Feminine things, right? Nurture. That kind of stuff, right? Traditionally masculine things like protecting. You know? We do that constantly. We know why we identify people the way we do. And we don't want to hurt any... We run into the problem of not wanting to hurt someone's feelings by misidentifying them. And at the end of the day, you have to risk... You're going to risk it, bro. To figure it out. You will learn nothing if you don't risk it. So just learn something. Why does it have to change? That's how it works. Change is inevitable, right? Like it's not the question of why does it have to change? It will change no matter what. Parts of speech, language, culture, everything changes. With advancement, it changes. Because new technologies in the way of life changes.
The notion of gender is obsolete.
Yeah, of course.
Sever Shepard disagrees.
No! No! Please, no! Oh, preserve this guy.
Preserve this guy?
Wah.
Thank you. I gotta keep these. I need those for a conduit. Thank you for the $3 tip, Anonymous. That's why it changes no matter what. What's a lot? Like change is inevitable. I know people don't like it, but it is. It's how it works. And I'm not even gonna wait. I need infinity. That's why it has to change, simply because it's inevitable that it will. Now, this is the thing though. The rate of change is different. You have a lot of societies, like for example, when most people are free to do what they will do, they're going to pick the easiest way, the status quo, what we talked about earlier. They're going to pick the most efficient way to maintain status quo. We know this. That's why we don't revolt. That's why people vote instead of revolting nowadays. Back in the day, it was way easier to start a fucking revolutionary war, right? Because the prospect of it changing wasn't going to happen under a crown, you know? Everything like that. People will do what is the most comfortable at the time. They'll prioritize the needs of the many. But the idea is that when you realize that, hey, the needs of the many are actually really beneficial if we do this thing as well, right? That's the question of why people do want it to change, right? Oh, that doesn't go in there. No, that doesn't count as food either. Or not as food, but like something that I could use for food. I don't need this fishing rod. I do want to go plant these again because I just harvested everything. There's my torches. I'm getting enough now to where I can make leather, chat, and I can make books and oh shit, I forgot my bed. Smart 92, back in the Roman times.
Back in the old country, things were much more simple than today.
Yeah?
Forget the genders. We only had the time and money for one gender.
Oh yeah?
Everyone's pronoun was fe, accompanied by a dismissive hand wave. Oh, hello. Do you have any radishes? Fe.
Fair. Oh my god, dude. Everyone was just annoying. After you swatted him away, Uncle Lupus. Well, the idea of why does it have to change goes back to who is being hurt by the status quo. Like, are there, there are people saying, hey, it isn't working for me and it upsets me, so therefore there needs to be change. But that's people are going to prioritize the needs of the many, though, right? That's what I'm saying. If you can convince the masses that the needs of, that is the needs of the many, they'll do it. And I don't mean that as in, like an opinion. That is historically been what has changed. You know? That only happens when most people get on board with it. You know what I mean? Oh, fuck. Where'd I put my boat? There we go. And that's just been the way of the world forever. Right? That's why I was saying before, that's why you want that, solid argument for change. Because if you can convince everybody, hey, this is beneficial for everyone, like accessibility features for literally everything, more options, right? That. Oh my god. Okay. I didn't want to get blown up or anything. It could be included in the needs of the many. It could 100% be included, but the issue you run into is you've got to convince everybody, right? But not everybody, but you got to convince the majority that that's what needs to happen. And you have to also consider the forces against that, who's playing against that, i.e. capitalism, for example. You'll never convince me that an immigrant is the reason I'm poor. When a dude is making quite literally $300 million a second, you're never going to convince me that an immigrant is the reason I'm poor. You're dumb as fuck if you think that. Do you know why that immigrant doesn't sign my paycheck? You're a fucking idiot if you think that. Actually. But that. People, you always got to consider that as well. But yeah, I do. I constantly chat. I've asked myself why about all this kind of stuff. If many people are having an issue with something and it can be, it can at least be seen if it can be implemented. Yeah. Well, over here in America, that it really, every single one of those things, including even gender, religious discourse, all of that, every single one of those things ties back to money, though. That is who's going to be profiting off of it, because money's power over here, right? Man, I don't want to go get a hoe. I'm gonna have a shitload of carrots. But yeah, so that's kind of what it is. When the powers that said house prices were high because of a labeling ratio. Yes, the fellow coming over on the border with $300,000 in hand for a house. Yeah, that dude. I don't understand. I'm dead serious. I don't understand how the fuck you could be that stupid. That's what I'm saying, man. If you can make a legitimate argument that just straight up embarrasses people, they'll leave you the fuck alone. That's how I got every religious fanatic off my back. That's how I got every turbo right winger off my back. Is they don't like fact. They don't like reality. They don't like logic. Most of the time, if somebody's trying to convince you that their way of thinking is right, it's because they're dumb as fuck. And they haven't realized or questioned their way of thinking. It's that. While simultaneously also stealing all the healthcare and food stamps, yeah. I gotta go get a hoe, chat. That one spot's gonna bother me. Plus, I'm still waiting on the cows to be able to reset. But yeah, that's just categorically what it is, chat. When I look at anything social, that whole thing we just talked about, be it a pronoun, be it anything. There are individual lines that I won't cross, right? For example, I would struggle to call somebody an it because I know you're a human being. If we, culturally speaking, we've always used that to dehumanize something, right? I would still do it to the same degree I would call somebody their nickname if I was that close to them. You know? Right? But, at the end of the day, you're not going to convince me you're not a human. You are quite literally talking to me in human speak, dog. You know? That is what they call like a delusion. It's just not going to happen. I got to eat one of these. Hold on. I have to eat a spider eye. I completely forgot. Can I just eat it? No. Just start referring to Wade as George. It's literally like that. Like, I kind of have that rule. If you want like special privilege to some degree, right? For any sort of like individual identity, I gotta at least know who you are. Otherwise, I'm just gonna do what's more comfortable, right? For you. Like, I'm comfortable with just about anything, right? But I won't believe you're not a person. I won't believe you're not a human being. I can see that the reason you might think that is because of some suffering. Some of that, right? To some degree. But I will always see you as a person. That doesn't matter to me. You know? We hunt rabbits and stuff like that. I'm not going to see you as a rabbit, big dog. Or an eagle or some shit like that. That ain't happening. Also, who said they have a lot of eagles right now? In chat. I pass for American most of the time, but I always get slightly nervous at places where they have my legal name and see that I'm an immigrant. They might do that. Me? Yeah, there it was. Is that that's why I mentioned eagle. I just remembered that. But yeah, like I know that there is a different struggle there, homie. I don't question it because I'm just it's exactly what I said. I might not be personal enough for me to I might not know you well enough, so I don't even bother with it. The snow geese are migrating through 2 nettles. I'm trying to get hungry so I can eat this spider eye. That's why I'm running around. There we go. Oh! How much I had to bring in order to immigrate here? I promise I'm not part of the problem. Dude, no. So one of my friends, Janique, she immigrated from South Africa. It was criminal how much she had to pay to become a citizen. I was with her when she took, I wasn't in the room, but like I remember when we had to go to Atlanta to take her citizenship test. It is insane. It is insane. Dude, I remember she was like, do you know one of the, oh, I forgot a hoe. She was like, one of the questions on the test was, what does the word spangled mean? Do you know how many Americans don't know that shit? It's so expensive, it's stupid. It's actually stupid. I've forgotten all the answers already? Yeah, because they're stupid. It's fucking dumb. I don't know what spangled means. You know the Star Spangled Banner? Do you know what that is? That's why they asked that. It is the dumbest shit. It's the dumbest curriculum ever. You had to do the Americanized test when I was in school, which was the American Citizen test. Nobody passed. Yep. Stupid. Now, I will say this. Like, I definitely think America has a culture and shit like that. And you should at least, just like if you go to any other country, you should at least sort of know what's going on, right? Like, I'm not going to go to Japan and expect them to speak English, you know? I'll just get kicked out. They'll just do that. They don't give a fuck. They'll kick me out of the country. They don't play. But, like, at the end of the day, you know, when you're asking dumb questions, it's like, fucking come on, bro. That's stupid. Oh, spangled? Get out of here. So dumb, dude. I appreciate learning about the history of the country I'm going to be a part of. Yeah, I mean, that's a ton of fun. Especially the new PM, even their old PM, even the most progressive PM would have kicked my ass out. And this, you know, I am one of those people where, like, I think about this, right? You have to think about this. It's well within their right to want to preserve their own culture. I mean, even at their own demise, you know what I mean? Like, there's a massive population issue right now in Japan. Much like there's going to be a population issue here in the United States very shortly. Like, it's not going to be very good for us. especially us millennials. I feel like we're turbo fucked, y'all. We're just gonna have to. We're gonna have to have robots take care of us. But anyway, that's that's doom and gloom. I'm memeing on that shit. That's not. We do have a massive population issue. Who would have thought that making it super expensive would make it really hard to have kids and shit? But like, who is a foreign country or a foreigner or a Westerner to tell like a traditionally xenophobic culture that like they should change their ways? You can't do that. Right? You're not that is fucked up, right? I want a robot cleaning my floor. Dog, they got Roombas. They have that now. You got it. You can make that happen. But yeah, that's just kind of what it is. It's kind of like the issue you run into, chat, when you think about that kind of. I missed a carrot somewhere. No, that ain't a carrot. That's a wheat seed. Yeah. It's kind of like the issue you run into. Dan out here giving advice like he can't miss the spot. Yeah, but I was good enough to go back. So speaking of prices, I went shopping today and I had to cut my list in half because stuff costs so much. Like it was $5 for a regular box of cereal. Like, what are we doing? I'm not kidding. General Mills shit and Kellogg shit was $7 here. We went to Trader Joe's. They had a $250 box of cereal. I was like, I'll take that. Like, what the actual fuck? Dog, that's cereal. We feed that to animals too, okay? Did I miss two? Oh no, the carrots were over there. That's why I have 2 carrots. Okay. What was I doing? Is this potatoes now? No, this is carrots. Damn it, I literally didn't swap. I guess I'll do beetroots now. Whatever. I just gotta make sure they're not the same thing. You would not take away my Cheerios? Yeah. Give me Cheerios or give me death, right? Here, let's do beetroots again. By the way, I'm just doing this because it looks cute. And I'm waiting for those cows to be able to breed again. But yeah, that's me. I am very tired, bro. Like $200 every week and spend most of it on rent, basic bills, and the rest of what food I can afford is like ridiculous. No, I feel that, especially the rent thing, man. Especially the rent thing, like that shit is abysmal. But yeah, any kind of social anything, chat. Really anything, even science shit. I question. My brain never shuts off with it, dude. I never shut the fuck up about it inside. Like, my head is just constantly thinking of it. All right, dude. Oh, I got 1 wheat in there left? Okay. Constantly, my noggin is just ticking. Even when it dives back down to, like core individuality. Like, the fuck even is that for me? Like, what is that? Is that up for me to decide? Am I going to spend my whole life struggling to decide that? Or am I just going to let my actions speak louder than anybody else's words can? That's why I don't give a fuck about, like, what people call me. You're going to perceive me as how I act, right? How I look and how I act. No matter what I do, you're going to do that. So I'm just going to take the path of least resistance, big dog. If I want you to think something of me, I'm going to act that way. Actions will always speak louder than words. Always. I'm putting this up, chat. Give me the wheat. Alright, I might be able to make a few books. I don't care where you come. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter to me. You're gonna do, no matter what, you're gonna do what society tells you to do on the inside. So just, I would rather not you would just appease me for formality's sake, dog. Just tell me what you think. I don't give a fuck. I don't care, you know? Call me whatever, it's just words. I feel like individually, I feel like that too. I know other people, they struggle a lot with that shit, but for me, I don't. Like I said, you're going to do what's most desirable to you anyway. You're either just going to appease me or you're just going to genuinely believe, and your actions will always speak louder than words. I can pin you as a human being or what type of person you are or whatever from your actions. Where the fuck I get a bottle of water? Did I fish this up? Let's not put Dan at 360p. It might be a blip on Twitch. I think I dropped frames, but I know I dropped frames earlier too, so I don't know if I dropped any new ones. What up, y'all? Come get fed. Yeah. Cow crusher. Yeah. Oh, I can't fit it anymore. Oh, yeah, I can. We can sneak another one in there. Poor cows. You don't actually give a shit. I'm shitting on you. You don't actually care. Get out of here. You don't even know. Make the paper. Make the books. Cool. I'm taking these books back, chat. Murder? That's right. Okay. I do have to. I'll be back. I have to come back, chat, because the tick won't have. Well, no, it should happen. I have the thing. Never mind. I could always come back and keep feeding them. What if we're living in the Matrix? It's true, and those cows just live in their version of it. That's what it is. They live in their version of this reality. Thank fuck they can't actually feel pain. When did my badge change? You were the hype train conductor. Or are you talking about the Ruby badge? Probably with months. I think that's the 18-month badge. Or is the... No, it's the year badge. The 9 months is the gold badge. Alright, chat. Let's see what we can do. Give me some wood. That, you know, when it comes to discussions about stuff, chat, you know I'm not somebody to beat around the bush. I'm really direct, even in my curiosity. So I don't play politics. I will ask, and I'm direct, right? Efficiency might be good. I might wait till we could buff that up. I'm not afraid to ask. I feel like a lot of people are afraid to talk about this kind of stuff because they don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But you're going to hurt someone's feelings no matter what. Even if you don't talk about it. Even if you're passive about it and shit. You're going to hurt someone's feelings. And genuinely, at the end of the day, I don't think anybody wants to, you know, does actively go out of their way, right, to hurt someone's feelings. Unless they're just a shithead. So, oh, no, I'm going to take this. So it's never really any hard feelings like that, right? You have to risk offense in order to figure out anything. And I do truly believe if you're offended by people asking questions, shit ain't right at home or in the head, you know. I pity that to some degree because it's fucking question. It's genuine. It's human curiosity. I don't think there's a question you can't ask, right? Does that make sense? I'm trying to change it and Twitch making it change to something else. I probably had a frame dip or something. Oh, because I'm tired of this whole don't hurt my feelings. Like, bro, we need to stop this. Getting upset over people asking things they don't understand. You can't Google everything. Yeah, and I want to have a human conversation. If I wanted to ask Google, I would just ask Google, right? If I wanted an audience where I couldn't talk to, I would just viewbot. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, I would just viewbot. The fuck? Like, I want to talk to somebody. I want to understand. It's that, chat. It's the I don't get to do that all the time. Oh, y'all are done? Okay. I don't get to do that all the time, so it's like when I get to do that, like I was talking with Gitz earlier, it's like that. You just ask the question, man. Don't beat around the bush with me. What do I look like? I look like I'm gonna cry if you ask the wrong. I don't give a fuck. I stand by what I said before, dude. That fucked a couple people up in chat. I got something that's nuclear, way more nuclear than you're just a slave to your desire, and free will doesn't exist. Inside of its own, like, standard definition. I got one. Your tolerance is within your morality. If you tolerate people abusing other, like, like actively abusing other demographics of people, then you're okay with it. Prove me wrong. You could be powerless to stop it, right? But it is what it is. To some degree, you're okay with it. Like, if you think that, I don't know, like, you remember, like, the age thing in Japan, how, like, the age of consent is, like, 13? That's fucking evil. No, fuck no. I don't give a shit if it's part of that culture. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. That's evil. That's wrong. That's filthy. That is disgusting. Don't do that. That's a child. Another, the new Harry Potter series, a lot of people are shitting on the actors and actresses picked, and they're literally making fun of the way these kids look. Dog, that is a 12-year-old. I don't give a fuck. That is a kid. Don't make, unless you're, it's comedy, but unless you're actively going in and shitting on these child actors, like actively trying to politicize it or make it about like immigration or make it about like race, like those are kids, dog. Those are kids. Why can't fluoride taste better? That shit makes me gag. I didn't hear about that. Yeah, people are doing that shit all over social media, man. They're just fucking, it's disgusting. Dude, that's kid. Don't do that to kids. Don't do that to kids. I don't tolerate that shit. If I hear it, I'm like, you're dumb as fuck. That's one thing to crack a joke, right? But it's another to like make it your whole missive to sit there and create an entire like group on social media of people just hating these kids. That's fucking weird. Make fun of J.K. Rowling and other kids, literally. Here we go.
When is wrong.
No.
Completely wrong about everything.
No.
Listen. I
Oh God,
might
what are you
be
going
a
to defend
bigot
the
and
age
a
of
loser
consent?
and a liar and a misogynist and a thief and a scammer and a fraud
Yeah.
and a grifter
Yeah.
and an idiot
All right.
and a weirdo and a freak and a whiner.
Oh, I thought there was more official statement. Thank you for the $3 tip. I just said sometimes when people say Google is free, especially if you're asking the person to do emotional labor and education. But that's a little different. I feel that ties into what I said though, right? Like it shouldn't always fall to the person to explain something. No, that ties in what I said, right? Like I agree. That is, somebody is not mentally okay regarding that. If it's emotional labor for them, they don't have the mental capacity to expound. They don't have the mental capacity to engage in that kind of stuff. They're not okay to do it. That's what I mean. Like I get that. I resonate with that. And if somebody is not okay with that, that's fine. Like it's good. I won't ask. I won't bother I won't press the issue, right? Or it's not even an issue. I won't press the conversation. But in every instance of that, somebody's not okay to answer the question, right? They don't have what it takes to front whatever emotional labor or whatever, or if they don't have the answer and they don't want to deal with that. Like I get that. In every instance, right? That doesn't mean they aren't mentally okay. It sometimes means they get asked repeatedly and sick of answering. You're annoyed. That's not mentally okay. I don't mean like it's they have like a crippling issue or anything like that. Like nothing that just stops them from I mean like sometimes they don't want to get pissed off and it's fucking annoying to hear it over and over again. It's like that, you know? They don't want to fucking have the answer all the time because it weighs on them. That's what I meant by like mentally. I don't mean like, you know, they're in like an incredible like state of depression or anything like that. No. Like I mean like just want to fucking deal with it. Like I get it. Yeah. You're still not mentally all right, but like I don't mean like it's the worst. I mean like you don't want to get fucking annoyed by it. I get it. You know, you have to police your boundaries and shit, you know? You have to make sure the mothership is okay before you send out the microships, right? You got to do it. That's what I mean by that. What combo? Oh, Tega, I'm just talking about a bunch of shit. A Dan rant, kinda, yeah. I was talking about like society, the way we perceive things, linguistics, social perception of just about any construct. Why the fuck cereal's so expensive? That. Everyday philosophy, quite literally, everyday philosophy. Wait, I don't need to fish anymore. Now I'm just kind of getting cows to die in this crushing machine. I mean, if I had a looting sword, I could make like a cow mob. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Why so much sugarcane? Pepper? No, I gotta make books. The price of cigarette stuff is done. I'm still stunned by it. Yeah. I stay off Twitter because it's a dark place I'll never understand. Well, that it's been so it became state media. A lot of issue you run into with Twitter is that no matter what, it's going to be pandered to some way to like whatever the CEO is want it to be. Advertising. I mean, the advertising is literally it. So like right now it's really popular to advertise right-wing shit. That's why a lot of streamers turn grifter. That's why like a lot of people argue against it. Like it's very popular on an advertising scale to do that. And you develop what is perceived as either social infamy or social fame, right? Social credit, if you will. Right now, if you grift in the right wing, the vocal minority will reward you with follows, likes, traction. They'll make you relevant. But if you also argue against it, you stay relevant because the last cycle was like a political left-leaning cycle under Joe Biden, right? A lot of businesses during that time period cracked down on speech. They cracked down on the way the way their platform needed to be perceived for advertisers. The pendulum will swing again. That's just how it has literally always worked like that. It's a pattern. You can literally go see it. And Twitter right now is owned by Elon Musk, who has some pretty like fucking social like ideas, like some pretty bad social ideas. And advertisers right now who pay for Twitter, because remember, it was a $44 billion purchase that's now valued at like $15 billion or something like that. It's not good. Advertisers that pay Twitter to advertise on there, a lot of them he's got as right-wing grifting advertisers and religious advertisers, which is ironic because he's an atheist. But like that kind of stuff. Reddit, perfect example. Reddit was another way. Reddit used to not have any ads on Reddit, and it was like 4chan. There were a lot of things that were not good on Reddit. In fact, one of the board members for Reddit right now was a CEO of r/jailbait. I'm dead serious. Or a CEO, a moderator for r/jailbait. I'm dead serious. That's why Twitter fucking sucks right now. Now, great. If you want my honest opinion, Twitter always sucked. But I started using Twitter as a brand. Twitter has always, it was in 2016 to 2017, Twitter was just like, it was a social pissing contest of problems that, yeah, they 100% changed the way this spawns in. Man, I can't get this stuff to grow. And you know, that sucked. Like I hated Twitter back then. I don't like Twitter. If you notice, I don't really post on Twitter because it seems like it'll just be a fucking chore. They tried to mirror the algorithm of TikTok because it was so successful for short form content. And that's why like you see a lot of grifting happen and stuff. You do. Like I don't really fuck with Twitter on this account, on my Reillyan, on my Dan. I just don't care to. It's almost everybody you see is the reason you tweet is for some sort of social clout to some degree. And you kind of lost. I feel like Twitter lost the plot years ago when it was just memes and shit. What about Truth? That's a state-run media as well. Twitter became state-run media when Elon Musk became Doge, right? Like that. At that point, like he's not gonna. At the time, he was not gonna say anything to piss off the White House. You know what I mean? And even then, like even tweeting the stuff like Trump is in the Epstein files and stuff. To some degree, they're still friends, and he still reaps great benefits from the fucking government. Like that's still a thing. So. Like his company is subsidized to fuck by the government. He's getting paid a lot. So like he still does the shit that whoever's in power wants him to do. Just like Jack did back when, you know, Obama was around. Like that's it. It is a political cycle. Social media is. Well, American-owned social media is. That's why they wanted to purchase TikTok. You know, that's why the algorithm for TikTok fucking blows now. Because, like, yeah. That's why you don't see any more videos from Gaza. That's why you don't see any of that shit. It's that I take everything I see with a grain of salt now because I have discovered it to be like this. Just from looking from a content creator's perspective, you're creating something and you want to gain any sort of social attention. People are going to do that. They're going to do what they're going to do. No matter what. And they're going to find a way to do it to make you convinced that they're not doing it. But they're doing it. 100%. But that's kind of what it is, chat. I should have installed the mod to let me pick up animals. I got leads, so I guess it's not a problem. I don't need any of that. Imagine I buys Twitch and everyone left-leaning moves and changes the entire landscape of Kick. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, dude. Kick just had a massive rules update. Did you see that one dude, Clavicular? He got banned, and I think he's actually going to prison for, like, mag dumping a fucking alligator. He should go to prison. Every clip I've seen of that dude, it's like he operates on a completely different wavelength of fucking brain. Like, he doesn't think rules apply to him. It's actually crazy. He did what? He unloaded a magazine, handgun magazine into an alligator. Yeah, he's facing 5-year prison charges by the game wardens. Yo, what the fuck? Yeah. But that's not even the worst thing, right? That Kick has seen worse shit, but they changed the rules on Kick. So, like, you know, you might see some platform changes happening. He hit someone with his car live. He did that, and then he started carrying a gun, which he had shot an alligator for. Yeah, he's probably going to prison for a little while. I mean, it's all live. It's 4K. With, not for. Yeah, I know what you meant. Who's that sleeping? That's Krobus. Wait, what? This still hasn't grown? Oh my god. Agony chat. Alright, well, at least, you know what I could do? I could go find the nether portal. I have to pee first, though, chat. It's been almost 3 hours I haven't peed. Why the fuck couldn't I move? Guy must not have any feelings or something. I mean, he'll have feelings in prison. They won't be good, though. I promise you that. In the US, like the UK right now? Yeah, maybe that's, you know. Maybe that's a good thing. I mean, it depends. I mean, so we do have freedom of speech in America, but as long as you're not, like, making death threats and shit, if you're making threats like that publicly, yeah, you should probably get you shouldn't be doing that to people, right? But for the most part, yeah, we can say whatever we want. And it depends, though, because, like, that's a private company, so you can't, like, a company could still censor you and shit. But in public areas, yeah, you have a right to free speech. Like, I can't go into Walmart and start just yelling fuck, right? They could kick me out for that, because that's not the government, that's Walmart, it's a private institution. But it'd be really funny if I just went into Walmart and started yelling fuck, 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 fuck. You know? That'd be dumb, wouldn't it? Okay, I'm putting this up. We're taking this. Oh, I gotta put these up, too. Some redstone, got that. Let me leave the wheat seeds. I'm gonna grab some... I forgot my bed. You just blend in. I mean, that's true, too, Torm. I didn't think about that. I'm gonna leave this here, because I'm not fishing. I'm taking this, I'm taking this, I'm taking this, just in case I gotta dig. Leave that, leave my hoe, leave that. Lodestone, torch, Take a couple torches, actually. All right, maybe the fuck I won't. Why do I'll put a water bottle. You know, I'll put a water bottle in here. There. Okay. Chat, I'll be right back. I'm gonna let it run during the daytime. I gotta go pee. Riley leaving his hoe. I gotta leave it there. Yeah. I'll be right back, chat. I gotta pee. I'm gonna go ahead and run the ads while I'm gone so the ad watchers don't miss the adventure. I'll be right back, chat. I gotta pee. Oh my god.
Yeah, I got coffee cake, chat. I got coffee cake, chat. Christine's parents need some coffee cakes, and I got a slice. Yes. Fuck, it's still nighttime. I didn't piss long enough.
Yo, why is he looking at me like that? But yeah, dude. I do, chat. I just like learning about everything. Please pet the baby. He's sleeping. I'm not gonna wake him up. What you think? What you think? I'm gonna sacrifice his comfort for your pleasure? Get the fuck out of here. Prison's the ultimate manosphere? Yeah. Where's Moo? He's out there with Christine. Christine had to open today, so, you know. She had a long day. So, yeah. I do chat. I just like learning about shit. I just like learning about It's this is what it is. Y'all always get to see me and you get to hear about what I do and see my reactions and shit. It's the complete opposite. I never get to learn about y'all. It's parasocial, but also at the same time, it's like, dude, it's the genuine human curiosity. Like, y'all are people. It's fucking, y'all do all kinds of shit. And I never know about it. We're all AI generated? Yeah, Nettles. I was doing that on the, on our aircraft. You still get the seeds. You still get the seeds when you use water buckets. Like that, you just drop a bucket. It just can't be near like a drop, because otherwise it'll just go like a line, you know? There's like a certain block distance requirement, but if I slap one like right here, it would just knock out all that grass. It is a life changer. Especially if you get motion sick. Oh man, this sucks. I ain't got a shield, chat. I'm gonna swim. Did they just shoot my gas? What's that? Oh no, he's good. Never mind. I'm gonna go to sleep and then we're gonna take off. Oh no. Do the gas aggro when they get hurt? I actually don't know. I've never hurt them. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I saved them from a dry, boring, soul sand life. Oh man. Fuck. They're much happier up here? Yeah. All right, chat. We must triangulate. What are my current coordinates? Negative 600 and negative 72. So for the sake of things, I made 16. You need at maximum 12, right? Because sometimes there's some in there. I can't lose more than 4. We go. Sometimes they break. All right, chat, we go this way. Like I was saying, at least I could find it. So it is... Where am I heading now? I am heading... Okay, so it's going to be negative... It's going to be at least negative 1,000. On the X. We got a ways to go. Oh my god, I forgot food. Fuck. Oh, I could kill these pigs. No, I'm just gonna run over to my house real fast. You get the mods through Prism or Curse Forge? Yeah, I use Prism because it pulls from a bunch of different websites, like Forge, pulls from Technic, pulls from Modrinth. That's why I use Prism. Chat, y'all got any I'm using complimentary reimagined. You could also get complimentary unbound that looks a little more realistic, but complimentary is really lightweight. I'm running it on a fabric loader as well. So I'm using sodium, and then you use iris for the shaders. I have ferrite core installed. Here, actually. I have borderless mining so I can get y'all can see the game. It's borderless windowed. I have ferrite core, which reduces memory usage. Lithium, it optimizes a shit in Minecraft because base Minecraft is not optimized. Mod menu, the thing you're looking at now. Sodium, it's a powerful rendering engine for Minecraft, which greatly improves frame rates. Yep. Sound physics remastered, so you get like echoes and caves and stuff like that. That's it. Nothing as far as gameplay goes. I have nothing added at all. Dan, can you put that list in Discord later? Here, you know what I can do? Hold on. Oh. I guess I can't. I can't. It won't let me do it. I can't screenshot. Here, fuck it. Hold on. Video settings. Here. Give me 1 second, chat. Where'd it go? Mods. Control Shift S. And then Microsoft Shift S. Oh fuck. You won't see the full deal. Maybe if I do like that? Yeah, oh never mind. I can do it like this. Hold on. There you go. Video settings, full screen, borderless, apply. Where did Discord at? Hold on. There it is. I'm gonna put it in games. Okay. Add, upload a file. There you go. Y'all know how to do a screenshot on Microsoft, right? You just hit the Windows Shift S at the same time. Which version of Minecraft? 26.1. It's just the new update that just came out. Let me get a bunch of food, chat. I'm gonna need it because I'm gonna be running back. You know what I should do? Nah. Hold on. I'm gonna bake an ass load of potatoes. Yeah, that's how you do like a Windows screenshot. If you hit Windows Shift S, as long as this is weird, the full screen application is weird here for some reason, but you can take a cropped screenshot. Happy Gas, I got 3 of them, Camo. They're out there. Hold on. Maybe I have to make the saddle while I'm waiting for the food. Uh-oh. Oh, I got one. Where'd it go? No. Why can't I make it? Oh, there we go. Coffee cake? Yeah. No, it's a coffee cake. Yo, big dog! Hey! Oh. Why does it sound like me when I'm looking at naughty thing? I'm kidding. Come here! Yo! We both got helmets on and glasses on. This is about how fast it goes. I should just take this guy with me. That would be a long ass journey. I don't know about that one, man. Chat, should I take him with me? That'd be a long run. Would it not? Y'all think so? Alright, peace, buddy. Ow. That would be a slow mission? Yeah. Hold on, let me pull up the screenshot. I'm gonna eat some rotten flesh too real fast. I gotta eat a rotten flesh, I think. Alright, let me get this. Chat, you can't see it, but I got a screenshot of what where's the edit button? Edit. Markup. Where's rotten flesh? Chorus, fruit, pumpkin stew, cake, golden carrot, rotten flesh right here. Okay, save. Oh, I ate the mushroom stew too. There we go. Yeah, I'll make sure I save it. I need a melon slice, a chorus fruit, mutton, pork chop, steak, and chicken, baked potato, and dried. I'm gonna mark off baked potato because I'm about to eat one. Like as we speak, I'm about to eat one. Edit. Go back to mark. Mark with a red line. Is right. Baked potato. Save options. All right, chat. There it is. We're doing good. Yep. I'm gonna minimize that just in case. I'm gonna take a whole bunch with me. You can post a link if you want. I didn't want to out your personal Google stuff. I don't ever want to, as a creator, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? I'll let you do that. I didn't want to like, because you know, it's got your email address and shit. I don't want to do that to you. New
Chat.
follower. Oh my god. Not safe for walrus. W walrus. Chat, you think 46 baked potatoes is enough? I'm gonna have to run there to find a stronghold. Cozy, what's going on? Hello. Oh, I should have got those steaks, chat. From the cows. That just would have been better, you know what I'm saying? Baked potato sounds good right now. Yeah, I do like a baked potato. Chat, what are some other things I'm curious about or just like I want to know? Let me think. What are some shit y'all are curious about? You ever just fucking delve and explore more? You think about it, do all that stuff. I could go for some potatoes right now. Space? Well, yeah, I think space is everything, right? Everybody wants to know more about space because it's like the ocean almost. It's just unexplored. I don't understand space. It's because we're terrestrial. We're built for the Earth. I'm treating myself to some chicky nuggies. You should. Yo, hold up. I'm going to put the nether wart in here. I saw that it was done. All right, here we go, chat. I'm going. We got to go find it. I have watched so many videos. Well, I guess what don't you get about space, right? Like how shit forms in space? I'm going to grab a boat just in case. But my IQ is 5. I mean, that's okay. The time dilation? Oh, that's because you experience time just like standard, like Earth time, right? It's very tough to understand that particular aspect of it simply because of like the way we are, the way we exist, like the way our relationship is with time, especially on Earth. I get that. That could be, I could see how that's confusing, right? I don't, so like, for example, you know when people do mathematical calculations, your brain doesn't actually comprehend a million. Like you genuinely don't understand a million. You know what I mean? Like as a quantifiable number, or I'm sorry, a billion. Or even like a trillion, but you could do the math and still get the math behind it. It's kind of that. It's kind of like that. Like even if you are Albert fucking Einstein, a billion is still incomprehensible to you. Like it's just not, you know. It's just big and vast and empty and limitless. I mean, that's we kind of know the limits to some extent. We could simulate it. It would just take all the energy in the universe. Well, that's not true. We could just simulate it with math. But like gear ratios, for example. My ADHD says time is weird. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. No, I get that. It can be a pain in the ass to understand for a lot of people. All right, chat, I'm going the right way, right? I delve into like everything, chat. My brain does not stop questioning. It does not stop questioning. I think about death a lot. What about it, right? That's the topic that a lot of people are afraid of. But at the end of the day, like, just ain't even gonna know, bro. It's the ambiguity that a lot of people fear. Just like when someone's wearing a mask, or like if you can't answer or categorize or something, like your brain innately doesn't like that shit. You know what I mean? They say that people in the space station age slightly slower or some shit. Yeah. They're not under as strong of the influence of Earth's gravity. The speed at which you are moving through space also determines that kind of stuff as well. It was just sleeping? Yeah, kind of. I mean, you wouldn't know though. Like, you know, for all biological markers, it's just sleeping without the dream, right? Or like being unconscious. I don't know if you ever got knocked out before, chat. It's kind of like it. Is that all it is? Yeah, kind of. That's pretty much it. That's like the difference. The faster you go, the slower time around you is. The speed of light exists solely as, for lack of better explanation, layman's terms, it's essentially the protector of time. You can't go faster than the speed of light, because when you could go like point infinity close to the speed of light, but as you do that, everything around you goes slower and slower. If you like hypothetically speaking, let's say I go to the Andromeda Galaxy, okay, at whatever light years. By the time I get to the Andromeda Galaxy, Earth isn't going to be here. Or the people on Earth aren't going to be here. They're either going to have left, like if I go to the Andromeda Galaxy and come back, the time it would take, because I'm going so fast, my time is slower so that I can't reach the speed of light per se. But everything else is still going at whatever its normal speed would be based on how fast it's moving through space. That's the limiter. The faster you go, the slower your time is, the faster everything around you's time is, essentially. There are some caveats, but more or less, that's how it works. Don't break. Fuck word, it broke. Looks like we're going this way, chat. Well, at least we know it's somewhere around here. Time travel is real forward. You can't go backwards. Because space is expanding, you know. I mean, well, maybe. We haven't really fucked with black holes yet, but space is expanding. There are some pretty cool theories about, like, the universal reset and whatnot. So, like, if our physics are bound, essentially, by whatever happened to cause the Big Bang prior to the Big Bang, maybe it's always been a thing, and perhaps we collided with another universe. Whatever the case is, right? Whatever the reason is. And it set all of our physics in motion. You know what, dude? I've heard the Big Bang, Big Crunch theory, that the universe is cyclical. And it's poetic in a way, because what if, chat, we do this for eternity? What if, after we all die, the universe collapses in on itself, and whatever the fuck makes up everything gets back to a point of singular intensity, explodes again, does whatever the fuck it does to reset, and then we do all this again. Kind of a dub, dude. If I get a stream with y'all, right? Gravity slows down time. Now I think more mass means more gravity. Don't destroy my dreams. I can go backwards if I want. You can't tell my atoms what to do. They literally can't go backwards. They can only move faster. That's not my, that's not my opinion. That's heat. Or cold. I'm sorry. Oh, I went too far, I think. Where'd it go? No! Oh, there. Okay, we're good. It's coming back to the top, chat. I see it. Are you coming up? Oh, there we go. Did I pass it? I must have passed it. There's no way I passed it, right? You go break the universe and do what you gotta do. No, I didn't pass it yet. Fuck, it broke, dude. That's not good, chat. Man, that means this shit's under the ocean. And the last time I did this, it was under the ocean. So if it ends retroactively, there would be nothing. So what the fuck is anything right now? I don't know. People think of it like birth. Again, nobody knows shit about what happened before you were born. Kind of what that's kind of what I think about, right? When it turns to that, wouldn't really be an issue. That's why I don't like. For me, death is just a non-issue, bro. Like I don't really give a shit. I won't know. It's not gonna matter. That's why life is so important to me. It's like the opposite. I don't believe I'm going anywhere. I don't think my life is going to be celebrated in the afterlife. I think my life is going to be celebrated right here. We have virtually no evidence that, any of the stuff anybody thinks about in the afterlife is there, right? But like we have 100% undeniable evidence that, this water bottle is full of water and I can drink it like that. So, yeah. I just celebrate this. I'm not about to have a giant funeral for somebody. I'd rather have a big birthday. You know what I mean? Shit. No. Where'd it go? Oh. But yeah. What else, chat? What else you got? Oh my god, there's a lot of dudes in here. Is this it? Fuck. It's like right here. My brain has stopped working? That's fair. You know what? That's fair. Corn dogs still corn dogs don't have a stick. I let community consensus decide. They aren't. That's not my opinion. Like that's just what everybody else said. Is this it? Fuck, chat. I got one more I can use. It's like right around here, bro. I think I'm going, dude. I'm gonna get Dolphin's Grace real fast. No, it would tell me I spy, wouldn't it? Wouldn't I gotta do that anyway, right? Fuck. Chat, it's like right here. I need one of these. It's like right here, chat. Chat, remember negative 1428, 988 for whatever the fuck this is. The thing, the stronghold. Damn, there's a lot of dudes. I wonder why there's so many dudes here. Ow. This bastard. Oh, well, I guess that worked. What you get? Okay. Where's one more? To the temple and didn't bring a door? Yeah, I guess. Alright, is there a dolphin nearby? Man, if I could get Dolphin's Grace for but a second, that would help me tremendously, because I could dive straight down. I do have this, so I guess it doesn't matter. Ah, fuck. Alright, there's no other way down. I'm gonna have to dig, chat. I should have brought a door. Fuck. I didn't know it would be out here. Hold on. I'm gonna swim over here and get some wood. Tell me that's a desert. A door and a ladder? Oh my god, is that a desert? Oh wait, I think I see a tree. Maybe? Maybe I see a tree? There's no way. There's no way. Uh-oh. I got something on my screen. What is that? I left the boat to mark where it was, chat. It's out there. No way, dude. Really? Oh gosh, yes. And tree. Excellent. I don't want to deal with having to cut down a lot of that big one, right? We're good, chat. We're good. I got wood and a ladder. Or wood that I could make a ladder with. Not and a ladder. I wish I had a ladder, but alas, the ass. Alright, well. I'm done. I'm never gonna see. I don't think I'm ever gonna see this again, so I don't care. Chat, has anybody ever just stumbled across a stronghold in a playthrough before? Like strip mining or some shit? I don't think I ever have. Dude, do you remember what the stronghold looked like on that super flat world we did? I wonder if you could beat this game on a super flat world. You have? That's pretty funny, Camo. Could you beat Minecraft on a super, like get all the advancements on a super flat world as long as structures spawn? No, because you can't get all the biomes. Well, what if... I wonder if you could have super flat with biomes. You have one crossed with an ancient city? That's pretty badass. Yo, wait, what? Hold on. Chat, look. Ooh, I can use that with my other rod. What's up, y'all? I just Goomba stomped a turtle, dude. I'm Mario. No! I think my other one's got mending. I'll take the stone axe just in case I need it. You never know when you might need coal. Is that it? Oh, no, it ain't it. I don't want to deal with anyone armed. You know what? I'm just gonna go. I can't I don't have a shield. I can't risk running into a trident wheeler. You know what I mean? Doors? I'm gonna take this with me, chat. Okay, let's go. Nothing. Yeah, there's nothing else. All right, let's head back, chat. See if I can get that sweet spot again where I'm breathing, but I'm just swimming. There we go. Yeah. No, no. I think that's it. Twitch do be twitchy? Oh, yeah, I dropped some frames again, Chad. That was me. Sorry. Sometimes the internet's like that, but I wasn't doing anything important. You know, you didn't miss anything. Now you might miss something. If it drops when I'm doing this, I might just drown to death. Thank God they don't have water creepers like the creeper mod. Hey, Nettles, do they have an add-on that adds additional creepers? You remember the bamboo creeper and the skeleton creeper? The mushroom creeper? I had a mod that added those. That was a pretty good mod. What hurts the boat? I've never used one. They're kind of fun if you can get a hold of them. The bamboo creeper doesn't blow up. He's just friend. All right, chat. Here we go. Okay, well that was a short-lived little tidbit there. All right. I don't need that anymore, actually. going down, chat. Actually, I'm gonna do a little bit of this. Just so we can see. Can I put these in my offhand? Okay, that's not how you do that. There we go. Yeah, now we can see. God, I hope I can find it. I didn't get the advancement I Spy, but I can wait to get that after, because now that I've discovered where it is, I just have to make sure I throw the eye above it, right? Or do I just have to find one? I don't remember. Oh. I would have found it by now, right? I feel like I would have found it by now. Is it not in, it's not in Deep Slate, is it? Or, I mean, it could be. Shit. Uh... Uh... Ugh. God, I hate gravel. Dan finds a single wooden sign that reads F Dan. That would be funny. Come on, man. It's just anything. Maybe if I go around, like if I look around here. Let me take out this redstone. Diamond hunting? No, I'm looking for the stronghold. I'm looking for the stronghold to the end. I'm gonna run into fucking bedrock before I find it, watch. It's somewhere around here, though. The eye kept going back this way. No, not gravel. If you're gonna find some that drew some plans, I know I'm pathetic. You're not. What are you talking about? You're oh. Never mind. Talk more shit about yourself because, like, that, I just found a stronghold when he was doing that. Ah! Oh! Oh, it's a bug! Nettles, I have a question. Do you shit your pants when you run into these guys? Is it bad like that, or you just kill them? Ah! I think I'm good. Ooh. All right, we're good. Damn, everything's a dead end in here. I got a button. I just kill him. There you go. Just fucking destroy them. Take out all the frustrations about bugs in real life onto Minecraft bugs. They deserve it. Fuck them bugs. That's a death trap. I'm not going in there. That way I know that's the exit. Ooh. Who's that? Okay. I mean, dub, dude. Is this... Ah! Oh. Found it, chat. Where... Oh my god, no. Oh! Damn, I didn't get a single free one, did I? Good lordy Lou. Okay. I'm glad I didn't use... I'm glad I wasn't desperate, chat. Woo. I didn't get a single free one. I'm glad I wasn't desperate, chat. Oh. Y'all like music? It's gonna be loud. Chat. Fuck the other one. 14, 16, negative 14, 16, 1035. Okay? Don't remember the other one. Remember this. Negative 14, 16, 1035. Can somebody jot that down? I don't have a piece of paper. Damn it! I meant to do that, but that's fine. Actually, wait a minute. Isn't there a library in here? Hold on. Give me a minute, chat. In fact, I thought isn't the library in here? Okay, maybe not. I thought there was a library in here, right? Knock, knock. Why the fuck you even install a door? This is me if I were an IRL dungeon hunter. Running around with the same goofy ass expression on my face like bleh, looking for treasure. You know what? Real fast. Perhaps I should not be a dumb idiot. About to get him, chat. He won't know what's gonna hit him. You see him cowering in the corner, knowing his time is now. Like he knew it was over for him. I didn't mean to do that. And there's a lot of dudes down there. You know what, chat? Give me a minute. Hold on. Let me... A lot of dudes down there. That's right. Right in the butt cheeks. Ha! Oh, man, you're stuck in that prison cell. What an idiot. Here, have some light. I know you love it. Yo, where's the library at? What is it? The fuck you think I need a library card for this? Oh. I guess this one doesn't have a light. Maybe it does. I just found it yet. I mean, I can go down again, chat. Not going in there. Okay. Dead end. I want books. All right. Well, I guess I'm SOL. What, explode, huh? No, it's just some iron. We're good. I guess. Well, I didn't go in here, did I? Where the fuck did you come from? Where did you come from? Everything's lit, bro. Oh, maybe not right here. There. He must have spawned, like, in that spot. I mean, chat. I don't think I got the stuff to beat the Endy Dwagon. I don't have any arrows. Turns out that was a librarian. Oh. Oh! Can I send him to the end? Can I hit that guy and send him to the end, chat? Okay, I think we're good. Can I send this to the end? All right, let's go. I'm gonna leave that there. I got my hand on my shovel ready, dude. Because I know gravel's gonna fall on me, bro. It's coming, Chad. I'm gonna do it. Chat, look. Can I just do a door right here and a door right here? Oh, I can't do a door there. Hold on. I'm not jumping, by the way. All right. Not far, chat. Actually, not far from where the last eye was. Pretty good, if I do say so myself. So now I just got to get that bow. Or at least get a bunch of arrows. I wonder if I should just make a fletching table and go buy a fuckload of arrows and just go fight that guy. Right? Why not go higher, chat? I'm not going to use this granite. Smooth stone slab. All right. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go get a Fletcher. I'll just go buy an ass load of arrows. You can beat the Ender Dragon with a regular bow. Chat. W, right? Not bad. You know what I should do? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. When I come back and I see my base, I'm going to make a pillar. That way I know what direction to run in for the, I'm going to make a pillar with an arrow. That way, if in case I forget or anybody forgets the coordinates, I just have it. Not far indeed. Yeah, I got lucky. I got really lucky. I was gonna just dig all the way up, but I'm kind of glad I didn't, because that was you know, there was some more gravel there, chat. Dan, I DM'd the coordinates to you on Discord. Thank you so much, Dragon Lord. I have coordinates typed on a sticky note on my desk. Perfect. Thank you, guys. W avid enjoyers. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna go make a Fletcher, and then just trade for a bunch of arrows. I'll sell him sticks and trade for arrows. You know? I think that'll be way easier. With the bamboo, I'll just make a bunch of sticks, get the money, trade for arrows, and then just go fight the Ender Dragon. I don't think I have to enchant Infinity. I don't think I need to do any of that. I think the Fletchosaurus Rex will have me set. And then just go win, do that, get the experience for enchanting, then go into the end, get the Elytra, find an Elytra, get mending on it, and that'll pretty much be all she wrote. At that point, I'll be able to fly around just about anywhere. I will have to make a mob tower, though. That's how you replenish the experience for the Elytra quickly. Or you farm. Or not farm. Or you fish. But I don't want to have to do that all the time. You know what I mean? Does this count as an ocean? Maybe not. This is like a big-ass river, isn't it? It's a nice biome right there. If that counted as like a lake or a river, that'd be awesome. I don't think they have lake biome. Yo, here's your baby. Never mind. I was going to pick him up, but I forgot we don't have pickup mod on. That's a river / birch forest. Ah. Can I go around this mountain? I don't want to have to climb it, chat. Scribbles? W Scribs. Yo, where's my guy? Arrow made, chat. Perfect. That wasn't a long run at all. Oh, there's my guy. And I only needed a few baked potatoes as well. That's like that fucking sound that Wade makes. That's identical. That sound, you know what I'm talking about. What? Oh, that's a boat. I can't eat a boat. I'll start working a few weeks, so I'll have steady money coming again. You're good. I'm glad. Right? Ooh! Here we go. I guess I'll keep these blocks. I never know when I might need some extra blocks, you know? I got 40 back. Where did I get 40? Oh, that's right. Trading. Trading got me magma blocks. Where the fuck I get 40 of these things from? I think traditionally I've been leaving sticks in here. Mending and luck of the sea. Ooh, chat. Is that better or is this better? The other one is way cheaper. Luck of the Sea 2, Lure 2, Unbreaking 3. Oh, dude, W. I'm gonna leave that there. I don't know if I'll need another mend, and I can't transfer mending. Well, actually, I have a mending bow. If I'm gonna go buy arrows anyway, it's not gonna matter. I'm gonna make this mending and punch bow. Yeah, that'll be really nice. And then I can make an assload of sticks and trade them. How do you make a fletching table, chat? Hold on. Isn't it just, do I need a feather? What do I need? Here we go. No, I just need 2 flint. I got 2 flint. Okay. And then give me, like, this. And I'll make just a shit ton of sticks. There. Okay. Let me go to sleep, and then I'm gonna go to one of those villages, chat. Dan's reaction to the event had me dying. What event? Oh, cryo? Oh, when I made fun of Wade? Yeah, he deserved it, dude. That was funny. When he made that sound when he got scared. That's 100% the sound that Wade makes. That gurgly sound. You know what I'm talking about, chat. That, without a doubt. What else I could have done? I could have just foregone trying to fucking enchant infinity. And I could have just traded a villager for enchanting things. Oh, dude, this is actually ass. There's a lot of dudes here. Here, I'm gonna get you guys all over here, and then we'll blow you up with a creeper. What's up, Splody McAss Cheeks? Well, that did not work how I wanted it to. These guys didn't seem to care too much. Alright. Now I'm gonna go to sleep. And you were snort laughing? Yeah. I remember. Oh no, dude! Oh man! I gotta bring one of these guys back to life, or whatever. Oh no, not the tiny, no. Gits, are you back? Have you seen, no! Have you seen the baby zombies? They got a big ass head. They got a big ass head now. It's actually cute as shit. It's ready to go get food. Fuck. All right, here we go. Yo, what up, Big Pimpin'? I got this for you. It's called a fletching table, and you're gonna love it. Get it. It's not on ground level. Sorry. Here. Got a fletching table. Come get it. Hey, come get a job. Go in there. Yeah. See? It's that easy, chat. Alright, peace. Wait, did you level up just now? What'd you get? Oh, a bow! I'll be right back. Hold on. No. I'm about to go get some more wood, chat. I'm about to go just max out my stuff and then go fight the dragon, right? I got a mending bow, so it's not gonna matter. Trade him some more sticks for money. Buy everything I can. Where'd he go? I forgot where I locked him inside, chat. You in here? Is this his house? Yeah. Oh, well, he doesn't take it. Give me all the arrows you can. So, I think I got enough, chat. I know what we're doing next time. Here, you can have this apple and this free egg. Have this rotten flesh, too. Yo, W. Nope, later. Okay, fuck. Simple. Absolutely simple. I'm going the wrong way. Absolutely simple, chat. I've got a bow. I've got everything I need to go fight and beat the Ender Dragon. I even got punch. I don't have power though. I think I got punch 2 on it, so you know I can knock back the. Well, you can't knock back the dragon. Chicken. Chat, you remember that time I threw an egg and got 5 chickens or whatever it is? I'm playing Crime Scene Cleaner, and after every level it saves, it crashes, Is that something I can fix, or is this bug the devs need to fix? That might be, I don't know. That could be for a couple reasons. So it could be your system. It is most likely a software issue and not a hardware issue. Especially if you've got a decent computer, it's probably not a hardware issue. That sounds like the program itself, the process itself is having trouble wrapping up. But do you save, right? Like it saves, does it not, when it crashes? So like, are you losing your game data or is it okay? It doesn't do that to me. You're not losing game data. So it still saves when you close out. I mean, I assume you saved the game too. Is right. I think do a fresh install if you can. You know how you can back your stuff up to the cloud to save your game? Do that and then reinstall the game. Maybe there's something wrong with it on that end and see if it still does it. It sounds like a software issue. Sounds like something is fucking up in that software and it just ain't doing it. Right. Nothing's happening right. All right, chat. So I'm going to do this for next time. I'll try that. Yeah, try that. Because if you were able to play Minecraft with all those mods, that game is not as taxing as Minecraft. So I'm assuming it's a software issue. Okay, chat. This is what we're doing, okay? I'm going to fish until I can mend up my bow. Because mending heals whatever is in your offhand too. Look at those baby foxes. And then we're going to go beat the Ender Dragon. I got enough arrows. I traded that guy. I'm just going to go clap. Baby axolotls are super flat. Oh my God. Axolotl. I think that's how you pronounce the actual word for axolotl. It's axolotl. That. So like, they're flat as hell. I got to get it. But yeah, next time we're going to beat the Ender Dragon, and then I'm going to inevitably try to find an Elytra. You know, that's going to take a while because you got to get lucky in the end, chat. You do. You have to get really lucky in the end. And that always blows. You know what I mean? That always sucks. I'm wondering if it didn't mess up installing the new content. It could have, especially if you haven't done it in a while. YouTube, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to get out of here. I might, if you want to rewatch this on YouTube, it might take me a little bit because I'm going to have to do whatever the music is. What's wrong with the music? I'm going to have to go through a copyright thing with the music because Minecraft music is stopped. So YouTube, peace. Twitch, let's raid some